Welcome back to AFTV, everyone. This is the watch along for the RC Lons versus us. It's RC Lons, right?
Yeah.
Let's just call them Lons because anyway, Lons versus Arsenal in the Champions League group stage, our first away game of the tie since returning back in 2017. I think was our last group stage game. Was that the one? Was that the? Yeah, there you go. It is the Champions League. It's a big game because, as we've seen from the 11 that Mikel Arteta has gone with, we'll get that up on screen. He is taking this very seriously. Raya keeps his place in goal. Ramsdale is on the bench. Tomi comes in for Ben White. The same midfield as the Bournemouth game. The rest of the back four is the same, but Jesus leads the line and Trossard comes in for Eddie Nketiah. Bukayo Saka, of course, is fit and is going to be playing as well. Let's say hello to our massive, amazing panel. We've got Turkish to our right, we've got Tanvi, we have Talia, and we have Dan. And Turkish still hates my clapping. But we're going to keep
it this time. We'll work on it.
We're going to keep it going.
His face when you started clapping.
Yeah, man. I like how he called us a massive panel. That's a bit harsh.
Well,
Speak for yourself.
It's like a grand panel.
Massive panel.
It's a grand panel.
Grand.
Yeah, fair enough. Could have chosen my words better. A comment from a bar who says, "Hello, James. Hi. How are you?" It's not a hello for any of you, I'm so sorry. Smash the like button, says Kushal. He's absolutely spot on. Smash the like button and download the AFTV Plus app so you can have your say on full time live on the show with us. Win, lose or draw, we will be there. Some of the big news that was coming through during the starting 11 show was around the audio that's been released. The famous audio has been released by... I've knocked a Coke can. By the VAR for the Liverpool game. We saw Diaz had a goal that should have been rightly allowed, was actually disallowed incorrectly. The audio's been released. We all listened to it together. It was quite weird. We were all sort of around a phone just listening to the VAR audio. Anyone got any opinions on it? And like, it's not made me feel any better about the situation.
It's worse than I thought.
Yeah.
It is genuinely worse than I thought. The conversation didn't sound like it was a conversation between people. It was like they were talking to themselves. They each came to separate decisions and they were like, right decision made, move on. But
and then
there was no communication.
It's too late.
Yeah.
That's how it ended. It's too late.
So I just re-listened to it. I think Michael Oliver, if that's, or whoever calls in, someone calls in and says to them, you've got this wrong, you've got to sort it out. And then the lead VAR person is like, it's too late, we're playing. But the assistant VAR and the replay something is going, are you happy with this?
Yeah, multiple times trying to check.
Are you sure you're right with this? Like, delay the game, we're being told to delay it. And the guy goes, nothing we can do about it, got it, you know.
Sack them, man. Sack them. Sack them all. Man, if you hire a bunch of clowns, expect a circus.
How do you feel about it really though, Dan?
Man, listen, you hire a bunch of clowns, expect a circus, man. These guys are absolutely shocking. I'm sorry. That makes it and people think it's because it was Tottenham. It's got nothing to do with that, man. This has been happening all season. We're 7 games in? First time we see Onana take out the Wolves guy. Yeah, nothing happens. Last season, Lee Mason gets sacked for not putting the lines up. This season it's a complete and utter clusterfuck. There's too many of them. Too many cooks spoil the broth, man. That's what it is. All of these shouting in ears. If I was the referee, I'd make a decision. I'd go over to the screen. I don't need no man in my ears. I'll watch it again and I'll make my decision. Why is there 4 people going, oh, did you see this clip here? Did you see what happened with this? Oh, no, hang on a minute. Just shush. Dave, come in. What did you think about this? I don't want all that in my ears. Just let me look at this again on the screen and I'll make a refereeing decision.
Yeah, I can agree more. Did you hear the disallowed goal,
Mad.
the Ake one where Akanji was offside against Fulham? And on the Sky show, they played the audio. And I thought, okay, this would be interesting. Let's see how they came to this decision. It's carnage. It's honestly absolute chaos. Like the goal goes in and they go, wait, hold on, wait. And then someone's going, I think it might be offside. Yes, wait. And then the third person comes in and the ref is going, you're checking it, yeah? Yeah, we're checking. I'm like, who? What? Like, how can you have any degree of like calm? When a big moment happens on a football pitch, right? And you know that there are thousands, if not millions of people in the world watching it, you need calm, composure. You need one person to go, I think it might be offside. Cool. I'm going to have a little look at it. If I need more opinions, I'll ask for more opinions. Not this shouting match. Like, it's honestly, like, I actually pissed myself laughing when I first heard it.
Managers get sacked for not doing their jobs right. So why don't these men get sacked?
But do you reckon it's because they know there are thousands and millions of people listening, so they feel really under pressure?
But there needs to be people in those jobs that work well under pressure.
But it's not even them on the screen, Talia. That's the problem. The one on the screen is probably the one I actually, right now, for the first time in years, sympathise with the most.
100%.
Because I'm thinking, if I'm reffing a match here and I've got 3-4 men in my ear just I'd probably dash the headset.
Exactly.
I'd lose my
Same.
cool, let alone
Bro,
try and
I'm with
remain
you.
calm.
I'm with you.
in a pressure cooker environment. So.
And
That
he's going to bear
audio
the
is-
brunt of it because his face is on the screen.
Which he has
Yeah.
been so far.
Yeah.
But
Well, I've got this in my ear, yeah. Production talk to us, and every time they're saying get Turkish involved, come on, get Turkish involved. You know, it's just a nightmare. And I'm just like, relax, you know.
I'm going to be in the background today. Yeah, I'm chilling.
But the thing is though, James, right, seriously honest, I hate it, and I will rant about it because these are so incompetent, it is embarrassing now. And it's ruining a beautiful game, right? Since this is all this malarkey's come in, it's been unenjoyable to watch at times. It's supposed to stop this controversy, it's made it more controversial, this VAR stuff, right? The system works, the people using it don't. So they've got to change for me. And it doesn't help when you get incompetence of the highest order now in studios. Dermot Gallagher on referee watch, he was awful. Mike Riley at the top of the list. He's deciding what the referees do. Howard Webb, awful. Mike Dean gets to sit on Soccer Saturday now and get these expert opinions. Oh, listen to that muppet. He was an awful for ages. That 10 years I had to watch that guy refereeing. These people are
I
incompetent.
think you need
bro.
to apply for the job.
Honestly, man. Like,
Have you seen the clip
He'll
of
sack
Mike
him.
Dean? Have you seen the clip of Mike Dean? It looks like he's celebrating a goal. I mean, he's
Exactly.
not.
Oh, yeah,
but there's
yeah,
one
yeah.
where like Tottenham score, and as because
He's
he
going like
waves
this,
play
running
on
like
as he's running, and then they score, and it's like, and basically, I think it's because he was just happy. He did the right
Exactly,
thing.
he got
playing
decision right.
advantage.
That's what it is.
Yeah. He's just like,
But like, there's been good referees. Where's Kalina? Get him on these shows. Where's Jeff Winter? He was a good referee. Where are these people? Well, they just keep me out of there. I don't want to be around with them clowns. I'll go and have a nice retirement. I'm sure it is. These
the
people
only
are
one
rubbish,
I
man.
find myself rarely having any real problem with is Michael Oliver.
Yeah, I would say
like,
that's fair. He's had a couple of bad ones, but I'd say they all.
Yeah, and I expect them to make mistakes. He's like the only one, and it sounds like, if I'm reading correctly online, it sounds like he's the one who was saying, you need to go and delay this match. But I don't know what position he's in to make that call. We got this little graphic from Sky Sports. Every VAR apology. Man United 3-1, the Gabriel Martinelli goal. It was incorrect to say Odegaard had fouled Christian Eriksen in the build-up. Newcastle 0, Palace 0. We remember that. The Tyrick Mitchell 1, Joe Willock.
Oh, crazy.
Yeah, it was an own goal by Tyrick Mitchell,
was mad.
and they deemed, they got the push on the wrong person.
Yeah.
Chelsea 2-1 West Ham, the Jared Bowen one, judged to have fouled Mendy. That was, I actually think to this day, I think that's the worst one.
That was
See
awful.
this Diaz one, it's the worst in terms of, it's so obviously one thing, but it's not the worst for me because it's a clear communication error. That's where they're so ridiculous. But the Bowen one, it's not a communication error, it's you lot actually thought this was a foul and you gave it. So
No, the worst one is the Lee Mason one against us, because if you forget to put the lines up,
That's
you're on
your
your job.
yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying?
One
I forgot
job.
to do my one job, I'll get sacked then.
When did VAR come in? 1920 season?
Yeah,
Well,
1920.
the COVID season. That year, that was after the COVID break. There was that Sheffield United goal.
Yeah.
It wasn't given because the watch didn't go off. But
Oh, that was goal line, wasn't it? That was
yeah,
the
it was goal line.
Yeah.
But VAR could see it as well, and they
That's
didn't
right.
intervene at this.
Yeah.
But that one's probably
Villa stayed up for that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Sheffield United went down, no?
Yeah. Was, yeah.
Crystal Palace 3-1. Which one was this? Andy Madley changed his mind on Crystal Palace penalty after consulting pitchside monitor despite Lucas Digne handling the ball. All right, fair enough. There's a load of them. I won't go through all of them, but Tottenham Liverpool, the Luis Diaz one we mentioned, Andre Onana against Wolves. You remember that? The Højbjerg Mitoma one in the Tottenham box. Do you remember?
That was
I mean,
shocking.
Brighton had a load of them.
yeah,
Yeah,
that was disgusting, man.
in that game. Everton 0, Man City 1. The handball from Rodri.
God.
I remember that apology. The Ivan Toney offside against Arsenal, as you mentioned. Palace Brighton. Yeah, VAR. John Brooks drew an offside line in the wrong place, denying Brighton's Purvis Estupiñán the opening goal at Selhurst Park. I remember that. I mean, that was the same day, I think, as the Toney one. And they got overshadowed by that one a little bit. February 11th, 2023. Brighton, Liverpool, Fabinho should have got a red card. Villa, Man United, Lucas Digne. I can't remember. Anyway, then there's a couple more. So I've got here about 10, 15, 15 apologies.
Saka, man.
Crazy.
Yeah,
Exactly.
seriously.
I mean, look, you have to understand that everyone makes mistakes.
Yeah,
if you
of
bring in
course.
technology that is meant to reduce the level of mistakes and make the game better, and it's done the complete opposite, something's not working here.
They
And also, like, stuff like that makes such a difference. Like a red card or a disallowed goal, like, it can change the whole game. And then if you accumulate that all up, it can change the season. So it's kind of ruining the fun of it all, really.
It does ruin the fun of it. You know, when there was no VAR, it was like, it went in, well, what are we going to do about it? Whereas now we watch it and we
celebrate a goal.
Exactly, and it was in. Now it's like, we have to watch the screen and the arm
check.
and the shoulder and the elbow. Is it in line?
You know it's going to be up for review when a goal goes in there, regardless.
Everything,
it could be a clean goal, let's just check it.
That's why, and we've talked about it before, and you're probably bored of me talking about Turkish, but I've for so long said that if you had a challenge system, and I'm not saying it's perfect, but if you had teams actually challenge decisions and you gave them a limit, then VAR don't have to re-referee every single moment in the game. They can chill, put their feet up, have a coffee. I don't care what you do. But the minute a manager or a captain says, we want to challenge, we think it's a penalty, liven up, look at it, and then actually look at it properly. Not, is it clear and obvious? Forget all this clear and obvious nonsense because you're still re-refereeing it anyway. And then you get fans going, what was the decision very recent? The Havertz one against Man United, the penalty. Well, I think we all agreed it probably wasn't a pen. But a clear and obvious dive, I'm not sure. He's had to dart in between two defenders. How can you say it's clear and obvious, but they ultimately overturn it when, guess what? They never overturned any decision like that before. And so, forget all this nonsense. Just go back to playing the game. The officials make the decisions, and if the opposite or whichever team feels completely aggrieved by something that's happened, they've got 60 seconds to go and relay that to the referee and challenge it. Simple as that.
I will say though, James, tonight will be interesting because I watched PSV game at the Emirates. There was a VAR decision, boom, done within 3 seconds. I was like, whoa, that's refreshing. So it is our country. It's the officials in our country that are shambolic. So let's see if we get anything tonight.
And when it was that quick, it's like, wait, is it done? Is it done? Is it? Everyone's like, wait, is it done? Is it done? No one was sure if it was done.
James also said on Forever Arsenal that at the beginning of the season there was a chance for the Champions League format of VAR to come in for offside decisions.
The AI and stuff.
Which is very much, kind of not taken out of a human's hands, but it pretty much makes the decision for the human. And the clubs, I don't know which clubs, but clubs apparently voted against it.
The clubs voted against it. And this is why, and I said on a podcast that it's all well and good blaming refs and officials are incompetent. I agree, trust me, I fly the flag for them. I've founded the club. No one rants as much about officials as I do. But the clubs also have to take a degree of responsibility for some of the laws that they've allowed into the game because they've signed on. And the more I think about it, they're probably on pre-season, they're getting ready for their season. A script comes over that basically just says, these are the rules that we're implementing. This is how we're changing, tweak a few things. Are you happy? Yeah.
Sign on the dotted line.
Yeah, there you go. And actually, are they going into clubs? Maybe they are, and really explain to the players, are the players listening, like, this is what we're going to give penalties for. Did you see the Luton one the other day where it bounced off his foot and then onto his arm? And you're just like, oh my word. But, I think officials would argue, well, listen, they wanted any contact in an unnatural position, they were going to give. So, anyway.
They need to be smart about it, and I've mentioned this before. I think simply bringing in different types of people with different backgrounds, and I don't mean this in terms of age or race or sex, but I mean in terms of if you bring in an ex-player to make the decisions on the physical forms of VAR, whether it's a penalty appeal or bringing in an ex-defender to, judge the handballs in the box, because certain times you can't put your hand in a different position if your focus is lunging in to try get that ball last minute. So I think they need different types of people making these decisions, because 100%. Right now the referees that are making the decisions, they haven't played ball, let alone know what type of physical contact warrants a free kick and what type of physical contact warrants a get up, son, that was nothing type of thing. Yeah. But these men just watch it, and because they have no history of physical contact in sports, they're thinking, oh, a thigh rubbed the thigh there, it's a foul.
Yeah.
Or it bounced up off his leg to his hand, why is his hand there? But the reality is, if you've played sports, you know that certain time, if you're focusing on your leg trying to reach the ball, you don't really know where your hand's going. And yeah, that is, it can be in an unnatural position and it can be a penalty. But like you mentioned the other day, if it's hitting your own leg and bouncing up and hitting your hand, there's not much you can do about it.
Couldn't agree more. Look, I think it was important that we tackled that conversation. That's what everyone's talking about. They have been transparent and given us the audio after quite a good 24 to 30 hours of waiting. But in fairness, Liverpool got what they wanted. Let's see Liverpool's next move on all that. Arsenal are about to kick off in the Champions League, so let's get some predictions. Turkish, what'd you go for on Forever Arsenal?
3-0 I went for.
Sticking with it?
Yeah.
I think I went 2-0, I think. We're going for Tanvi.
Because Saka's starting, I'm going to go 4-0.
Okay, nice. Hope you're right.
Optimistic.
Hope you're right. Talia?
3-0.
3-0, okay, same as Turkish.
I said 2-1 Arsenal, but this is a stronger team that I thought that I think. But I'll stick with it, man. I'm not for changing. But
Fair
I'll go
enough.
2-1 Arsenal, man.
And they've kicked off. Long ball from Raya, looking for Kai Havertz, out for a goal kick to Lons. Arsenal kicked off for the first time in their third kit. And they got the
Atmosphere looks mental there, man. I must say.
Yeah, I bet it will be amazing. Champions League away tie. Were you at the Bayern Munich game?
Yeah.
You flew over and that must have been a crap trip.
It wasn't.
Home leg. I went to the home leg. That was about as bad.
Munich's a nice city, so it wasn't until that game. And then, after
enough.
that game,
What'd you do
the
after?
rest is history. Went straight to the airport and flew back. Literally, that night, in and out the same day.
That sounds rough. But, I mean, also, it's the fact that 5-1 came on after a series of batterings against Bayern Munich.
Yeah.
How many times did we go to Munich and ever get anything?
That was the nail in our Champions League coffin back then.
Yeah, I think it was.
Coming.
And also, it happened. We'd always get battered there, except when we lost the home tie 3-1, and so even winning 2-0 there wasn't enough.
Yeah. That when
Which is
Ozil
just-
scored.
Giroud and Koscielny.
Oh yeah.
Ozil scored, I think it was maybe an equaliser, but then we ended up losing 5-1 anyway. The kid looks nice, people.
Lovely, man. It's better than our away kit, isn't it?
100%.
I love this kit. I need to go out and get it.
100%. This kit's nice.
Yeah. What do you think of the mere £90 same shirt but without a sponsor and other details, polo kind of?
They push their luck and people get sucked in. I mean,
I know people will buy it.
as long as people get sucked in, then they're going to continue pushing their luck. This doesn't just go to football teams. Every business right now is pushing their luck, whether it's energy companies or football teams.
What a ball from Zinchenko out to
Great
Saka.
I actually think I prefer the second kit.
What?
Yeah.
What?
I like.
recent highlighter one.
Yeah, I do. I like this one. I think
agree.
my favourite's the first kit because I love the red. It's classic. But I actually think the second kit's my favourite.
Also, it's not the highlighter kit, it's actually the Islington FM. Please have some respect.
Highlight.
Is it really your favourite?
Yeah, I think it is. Now looking at this one, it's not my favourite. It's my second favourite. This is my third favourite.
You need Laurie here to back you up, right?
Yeah,
Goodness.
Lon's on
Laurie
the
loves
attack.
that kit, man.
Gabriel just gets a block on it and it's out for a corner. They move their way up the pitch well there.
Yeah, up until that break, I was thinking, okay, we look comfortable, we look calm. But yeah.
They broke well there. What do we think of their gold and red?
Nah,
No?
not for me. Black and gold is, if you're going to put gold with a colour, it's got to be black for me.
Fair enough.
That's what they
I
played
like the
with
red.
back in '98, isn't it?
Yeah. Oh,
Ball
get
into the
away,
box.
get away.
Oh, and it
Need to
nearly
clear
fell
that.
in the area, but Jesus has come away with it. He's done well. Look, deflection helped him there. He's tried to dribble Arsenal up the pitch, but Lon's
That's
deal
good
with
though,
it.
man. Get it back to him.
That's why, you see in '97, '98, anytime I see Lons play or when their name comes up, it reminds me of the only Arsenal shirt I failed to get between '88 and 2007.
What, the gold one?
Nah, the one we used it once against Lons in '97, '98. So because they wear red and essentially yellow, we couldn't use our home and away kit. So Nike produced a one-off blue version of that season's kit. That
Yes.
was used once, but it was never sold
Oh,
as a
I remember
replica.
that, yeah.
So I think there's like 16 or 17 total made.
Oh my God.
Wow.
So God knows where they are now. but
What
that's
year
the
was
one
it?
kit.
98?
97, 98.
They
so
must be worth a lot now.
that is the grail of all Arsenal kits. If someone has that legit official, that is the one that's the rarest. Forget all the other gold O2s.
This
and,
one?
That one there.
Show me, James.
And Lon's have nearly scored as we're looking up kit.
I remember that, man. I do remember that.
This was just a one-off.
Oh, it's
yeah.
JBC. That's nice.
It is nice.
As a trivia, that's the trivia, Frank. Come on.
There you
This
go,
is the
Frank.
Turkish, mate.
Do you know what? Welcome to the Frank. to the watch log. How you doing, Frank?
James forgot.
Yeah, I'm not too bad. I've got one more trivia question for you guys if you want it.
Yeah, go on.
Do you want the trivia question?
Apparently it's a really hard one.
If any of you get this, I'm going to walk over there and shake your hand because I don't think anyone will get this. There is only one player to have ever played for both Arsenal and Lens. Who is that player?
I'm not gonna. I know the answer.
Do you?
Do you actually?
Yeah, because I saw it.
Oh, you saw it. Okay.
And to tell you what, I'm not going to give you the hint yet. I want someone to try and think about it first. Give it 5 minutes. Come back to me, and if no one's got it, I'll give you the hint.
Is it Remy Gard?
No, it's not.
Where are they
Is it
from?
Nelson Vivas?
No, it's
Are
not.
there any hints?
There are. I'll give you the hint now.
Silver and Wiltord?
No. The French midfielder who left Arsenal in 2018 to join French side Angers played for RC Lens between 2010 and 2015 at youth level and reserve squad.
18, midfielder left us. Flamini.
No.
French midfielder.
Francis Coquelin.
No.
It's a tricky one.
2018, left us.
James, you know who it is, isn't it?
I'll give another hint. Emirates Cup legend.
Sonogo.
No.
Oh, he wasn't a centre midfielder. What am I talking about?
Well, he wasn't a centre, he was just a midfielder. He could play wide as well if that gives...
The comments are coming in.
I feel like they know. Can you tell
James,
us?
make sure they don't touch their phones, by the way, if the comments are coming
How am I
in.
going to do that?
2018.
Oh,
Yeah.
Jeff Adelaide.
Well done.
I'm coming.
The Jeff.
The Jeff.
The Jeff.
Frank,
Thank you, Frank.
You've ruined the illusion that the information station is miles away.
It's a different building.
All this time I've been telling them you're in Stockley Park. Next to the VAR officials. Oh. Well done, Jeff and Adelaide, well done. A few of you got it, well done to Amari, Patterson got it, Manny got it, Vaughan got it, Marco got it, Iaska, Ahmed, plenty of you. Well done, you did really well. And we are 7 minutes into this game, which is just happening.
I know
Think of some
Trossard.
more, Frank. Think of some order, Frank. Come on.
trying to watch the game.
I know Trossard wasn't out for long, but I like to see him back.
I love Trossard.
Yeah.
Man. Love Trossard.
Me
He's
too,
one
I
of
haven't
our
seen him
best
on the ball
he's
yet.
one of our best players on the ball.
I mean,
to
I
be
feel
honest.
like the possession's been 50-50, or maybe Lens might have even had it a bit more. Yeah.
We have an information station for this. Frank, possession stats so far, please.
Possession stats so far. Okay, in terms of ball possession, it's been very, very level. We've got 52% of the ball and Lens have 48.
I really would have thought we had less.
Yeah,
Fair
I
enough.
would have thought the other way around.
Jesus for the foul. We haven't settled it, but Arsenal keeping calm. That was definitely not where the free kick was. But
Their fans are definitely going in though.
yeah,
Don't even need to hear it to know. You can see them.
Oh, come on.
We need some flags, no?
is this?
Emirates has them, but
Oh my goodness.
they've
Right,
had
with
two
the
chances now,
save.
you know. No,
I feel like our defence are not quite
bobbled
awake
wide.
right now.
Oh, they're wide.
Yeah.
you didn't hit it cleanly.
Oh, sorry, I thought.
But that's two chances they've had now to
Yeah,
Yeah, that
they
is.
do look quite
both
strong in
should be
attack,
on
yeah.
target.
The thing is, if we concede early, it will change the whole dynamic of the game.
Yeah, I spoke to a Lens fan earlier in the week, and they said, yeah, if we score early, we'll sit back, but
Yeah.
they're not known as a team that sits back generally.
Now, can Arsenal settle? Here's Zinchenko inverting a little bit. Declan Rice on the ball. He'll want to get this game.
Nice.
Oh, come
know,
on, Saka.
Nice
Ooh,
again.
is that a
Ref,
foul?
that's a foul.
Get up and move, let's go.
Erdogan on the ball, and Arsenal starting to play. a
Quick
little
one
bit.
more, that's it. Nice.
Here's Kai Havertz on the ball. Wide to Trossard.
It's nice when we play quick. It's nice to watch.
Oh yeah.
It's the Arsenal we know
That's
and
a
love,
ball.
right?
Ah, just a bit too much, man.
Right idea.
Right
ball,
idea, yeah.
ball, ball.
Good effort.
Havertz looked like he'd made a run. What he almost did. Zinchenko.
Remember that for the positives come 90.
Yeah. I'll
Well, there
give
you
him a
go. He
9.
almost.
He was making runs.
He ran. He almost made a run. See, there are fans of his out there.
I know. I hear from them quite a bit.
Who's that winning the header? Is that Declan Rice? His first ever Champions League away day. Imagine the likes of Martin Odegaard must have made an appearance for Real Madrid away in the Champions League.
Yeah.
Surely.
Not sure, you know, because he did join them very early on.
Sociedad or
Sociedad probably.
Yeah.
what about Vitesse? Have they been in the Champions League? He's had a few loans. So I think Odegaard's had taste of Champions League football somewhere, surely. But yeah, a lot of these players fairly new to it. Saliba did in the Champions League, am I right?
Marseille,
No, or was he in the...
Is it not Champions League or Marseille?
No,
last
I
year?
think they were in the conference.
Oh, were they?
Or Europa that year. But he did get them 2 seconds. So they were last year in the Champions League, but he wasn't there, obviously. Jesus was City, Zinchenko was City. I know Gabriel has played in the Champions League with Lille.
Oh my
And
goodness.
ball into the box, but rare claims.
Kai Havertz, he's played Champions League.
Yeah, he managed to win it for that club.
Well, you know.
And Arsenal just need to settle here a little bit.
Yeah, I feel like they've had more chances than we have.
They just look more purposeful in whatever
They look
they're
like they
doing.
want to win. I feel like right now we're just trying to ease our way in a bit.
Yeah. Which I don't mind, just don't go 2-0 down doing it.
Exactly.
Yeah, but sometimes we go 2-0 down is when we come back fighting.
You've got a positive for everything. haven't you?
Yeah, just try me.
We're 6-0 down, 8 players have gone off injured,
And we'll
3
still
red cards.
come back with 7 goals.
At least they had 7.
Oh my word, you'll go, well, you know, could be worse. Just football, things happen. He's just he's knocked it back into Zinchenko there, which I don't mind, but there was space to turn there. Tomi out to Saka, the usual build-up, wingers very high and wide, we see it all the time. Rice, oh, it's a nice ball into Saka.
Bit congested there though.
Yeah, very. Can they work way out? Interesting how Tomiyasu does
I
it.
think that's why they're moving the ball round a bit more around the back instead of just attacking through the box. But
Or try and be patient.
Turn.
Yeah.
Well done. Well
good.
done.
That's good. Go on, Kai. Look at that completed pass. He's on fire today. Trossard gives it
Have a
to
dig.
Rice.
Oh.
Oh, he's absolutely punted that at him. Is this Kai Havertz now? Well, a little step over. Stop showing off, mate. Come on. I know you're on form now.
He's got some confidence.
it's the
That's
confidence, see?
So I'm not going to ask Turkish how impressed he is because I just know. Here's Zinni.
The bar is very low for him at the moment.
This is
Go on.
Oh, that's a ball.
lovely ball into Trossard. He tries to let it for Havertz, but the pass was ever really wrong to it.
Yeah, that
really on,
Have
to
that.
be fair.
Well
Nice,
done.
nice.
Look at Rice. He sweeps up so well. I'm not saying he's the best, like, 6 in the world, but is he the best ball-winning midfielder in the world? Or is there is he at least in the debate for it?
Ball winning, he's in the debate for.
Who would we put in there? Casemiro. I mean, Rodri obviously wins the ball brilliantly as well.
Rodri for me is the best.
But the best, I agree. Rodri's the best number
Best
6
CDM in the
overall.
world.
He's so clutch. He gets goals. Immense
Crazy,
passing
isn't
on him. But
No, you might have a
covering
shout there.
ground, winning the ball.
Casemiro, I mean,
Oh,
that's
no.
a poor place to lose it.
It's actually 4-on-4 if they get the right pass. But
Yeah.
They haven't.
They managed to make a bit of a mess of it. But they're in a good shape, Lons, when Arsenal sort of probe, and so we're going to have to show some invention today. We keep saying Jesus down the middle should help.
Yeah,
Let's see if
should.
it does.
We haven't really got into him yet though.
No, not at all.
That's the problem.
Not at all. And it's not a bad pass from the goalkeeper, but straight to Rail.
He tried, man. But really, it's what you said the other day about away from home, we'd like to try and choke the opponent for 20-30 minutes and then try and grab 1 or 2 in the last 15-20.
Yeah.
But the only thing today is in the first 10 they had 2 opportunities in the box, so
Yes.
I don't know how much choking is going on.
Yeah, and that was.
Go on, Saka.
Oh, come on, Saka.
Saka into Jesus.
Oh, it's a bad first.
Oh, he's
touch.
done well.
Yes!
Get in there, Arsenal! Get in there! Gabriel Jesus!
That was great from Saka. to
How
get to
about
there.
that?
Yeah.
Oh, no, sorry.
1 chance, 1 goal. Arsenal somewhat on the back foot, not overly troubled, but a couple chances for Lons. Arsenal go, thank you very much. We'll win it hard the pitch, and it's 1-0. Turkey, straight over to you, because we were just saying that we haven't looked as settled as we have in previous away games. Nothing bad, but this was just very clinical from Jesus.
Yeah, I'm glad Jesus got it as well, because I want him starting up top on Sunday.
100.
What better way to make your claim for that by scoring a goal nice and early in this
Yeah.
one? And the way he took it as well, there's a lot said about Jesus' finishing. That right there is a top class finish.
I feel like because it's not that easy a finish, he made it. If that
Yeah, I
makes
get
sense.
you. I understand.
He seems to do better with the more difficult ones.
But sometimes there he
overthink
will chop inside again to try to do
That's
the defender. That one there, he kind of made that little bit of space and then
Yeah.
bottom corner, nice.
Yeah, did really well.
It's
Tanya,
perfect, man. Perfect start.
we're 1-0 up.
I know, see?
You must be delighted.
I am.
You're happy when we're 3-0 down, so you know.
Hey, let me just say to anyone watching, I don't want us to go, any goals down, but, sometimes it, gives us a little kick sometimes.
Yeah.
But I'm
we're
not saying I
3-0
want it to
down.
happen, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I'm really happy for him, Jesus. He needed this, Tanvi.
He did, and also Saka with the assist. It's kind of proving that Arteta's made the right decision by starting him, because it just shows us what he can do.
My God.
Yeah, you're right.
He did well to get that interception.
He intercepted that
Yeah,
well. What are you thinking,
really well.
Dan? Are we looking stupid for saying that he should have rested Saka?
No, listen, I still stand by that. It's a great first goal to go up this early. If we get another one, which I'm confident that we could do, that's when I'm gonna start asking for some subs, man, and rest these for this massive game on Sunday.
Yeah.
I think that's what we needed. Big up Jesus. I'm with Turkish. One in down the middle. Great goal. I thought he might have missed his first touch up, but looking at it again, it was actually pretty minimum perfect.
Yeah.
And that second touch he takes is the reason he scored. So fair play, man. Fair play.
And Lons are attacking here, so we're just going to see a stat, then we're going to hear from Frank. Yeah, it's a corner for Lons. Frank, 1-0 up. What are they saying on commentary about Arsenal start, and what are the stats saying in particular? Because it feels like we're being not outplayed, but we're not fully the aggressors, but we're 1-0 up, so who cares?
No, absolutely, and it's been a good start from Arsenal. We've not seen as much as the balls we have liked. We have 58 possessions at the moment. Just a little bit of news come through as well. Manchester United have just gone 1-0 up against Galatasaray. But I just want to talk about the goal. And Gabriel Jesus in this competition is superb. Let's take a look at his stats in the Champions League now that he's scored that goal for both Arsenal and Manchester City. 40 games played, 22 goals and 5 assists. Now that's a fantastic record from a striker of his level. And just to point out, obviously we're going to go back to that trivia as well. He joins that exclusive club of players to have scored on their first 2 Champions League appearances for Arsenal, alongside Marouane Chamakh and Lucas Podolski. So congratulations to Gabriel Jesus for joining that very, very exclusive club.
Oh, he is an Arsenal.
I bet he's so pleased.
He's an Arsenal folklore, isn't he? Yeah, fair play. I actually forgot about that trivia question until you mentioned it again. But yeah, you're right. He does really well, and he does have a good record in the Champions League. I remember him really turning up for Man City against Real Madrid in those semi-finals. I think even though they only won that home game 4-3, he was mesmerising in that game, Gabby Jesus. And yeah, continues his goal scoring form, and Arsenal can settle a little bit here, having had to weather a few chances and moments from Lons, but they're feeling pretty settled. I feel like this Arsenal team don't try and win games in the first 20 minutes like they used to.
But then the problem is we score and then we don't hold the lead for very long, and then we're back to a drawing situation, and then we're going to have to make our life a little bit difficult again. So
when we go all out, you mean?
Yeah, I think so. So I still think we should look like we want to get another goal, another 2, get the lead a little bit bigger than just 1, and then we can start to settle.
Yeah, you don't want to rest it. The beauty of the Bournemouth game, even though we defended brilliantly, allowed Bournemouth nothing, a reason we were able to do that was because we always looked a threat going forward, and we got the second, then we got the third, and the game was won nice and early. Zinchenko has just given it away there,
That was a risky pass, that was stupid.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's nice when we get the second goal before half time, because that's usually what we said last time. It changes the dynamic.
Yeah. Oh,
if we can get that goal.
Trossard working hard.
Before.
And puts a cross back in the box for Lons. Not really sure what he's going for there. Odegaard, nice
Odegaard.
That's really nice and composed, isn't it? I thought Odegaard's response to his North London derby performance against Brentford coming off the bench, but mainly the Bournemouth game, I thought was really impressive from Odegaard. Good to see him.
I think he's also one of the players that when he's on the pitch, he just kind of calms everything down a bit.
Yeah,
he's a bit of a playmaker, and that makes such a difference in a game like this.
I think we were away to Everton when there was a really high ball in the air, and anyone could just go and head it, just get their big fucking head on it and just smash it out or whatever.
That's a different angle.
It
was awful.
And he just went
It's like when you play. It's like
football
yeah.
manager stuff, that.
No, it's like playing
Table
what's it called?
football.
Table football, yeah.
What was that? Sabutio? Was that the one where you collected?
Sabutio, I used to love that, yeah.
Yeah. But what I was saying about Odegaard was, you could just head it,
One more
but he
goal,
went and
that's
took a
it.
brilliant touch and just settled it and just kept possession for us.
Oh, come on.
a ball from Havertz.
World-class pass. That was good,
Odegaard.
wasn't it, Turkish? And then here's Trossard on the top.
That wasn't a nice pass.
It's all Havertz
Odegaard
prop
wanted
today.
that.
Oh, a nice pass becomes a world-class pass for me today.
He
here's
deserves
Jesus.
it.
Yeah. And Arsenal keep possession well.
I feel like we need to do a compilation of all the nice things you say about Havertz.
Yeah. AFTV extra.
Yeah, focus on James this week.
And Zinni
Hit it.
Oh,
Oh,
Well
unlucky.
played. He did have a dig.
we'll have that. That was all right. Nice run from Havertz. Zinni with a clip ball in behind. And he went for the Van Persie-esque volley.
That was
I
unlucky.
mean, if we'd seen that in the MLS All-Star training, what was it? Skills
Yeah,
challenge.
the volley challenge.
Yeah, we'd all be feeling so differently now. Oh man, do you know how many
lucky
people
there,
took
though.
that stuff
Yeah.
seriously?
But
No, as in
there's a
seriously.
certain element of
No, as in took the criticism like very seriously. I mean, like some of us were going, "Oh, he didn't do great, did he?" Whatever,
Yeah.
and they're like, "Don't get on to him." I was like,
yeah.
"Oh,
But
goodness."
we've got defence leagues for everyone at this club.
It was just Havertz you talk about.
Yeah.
The skills
The
challenge.
dog has a defence league, bro. So
Win the dog.
I have a question. So, to anyone or everyone, from the last time that we were in the Champions League, how do you think our squad has developed, or how do you see the difference in the team?
Much better, man. Much better squad from the last time in the Champions League for me. We spent about 750 million, ain't we, since then? So
Let me put it this way: I think that team does well to get top 6 in the league now. Maybe.
it's hard
Yeah.
to say, man. Because
It is hard to say.
I think this team's much more well-rounded and more equipped.
balanced.
But
yeah.
there was still an element of star quality in the squad we had in our last, because Alexis Sanchez, Mesut Ozil,
They were the two.
those ceilings, no one in this team has that star quality
Oh, what
yet
a
to that
But
level.
I think the difference is in that team they had those like individual players,
More
but
so,
you can't win games
100%.
when you have good individuals. Whereas this team feels more like a unit and a
yeah.
team. And I think
agree.
like especially midfield and defence wise, we're just way
Back then we
stronger.
was praying that Sanchez gets a goal.
Yeah,
This
it's
is-
literally pass it to him and hopefully he converts.
Now it's a
Yeah.
lot
How
different.
how many
True.
players back then get into this 11? Because I'm only having Sanchez. I ain't
Even
having
getting
Ozil.
on the bench.
I'm having Sanchez,
That's it.
and even though that is such great football.
That was nice, yeah.
Even though I edge it to Gabriel, I think Koscielny has a shout.
I used to like Koscielny.
I love
Koscielny don't,
Yeah.
Koscielny don't have no shout.
Really? No,
I
I think Gabriel.
Koscielny,
Nah,
not
man.
Gabriel.
No, I think Gabriel's better, but
One moment defined Koscielny for me, and that's the Carling Cup final when Barry Ferguson rubbed his head after he made a mistake. What kind of centre back is that? Get up and show some emotion. He just allowed him to rub his head. Nah.
I was there for that.
he was
man.
clutch for us, Koscielny, though, man. He
He's
popped
a
up
good
some
player,
big
but
goals,
I
big-
think Gabriel's better. And Saliba, yeah. But for me, Sanchez is the only one. I don't think there's anyone else.
I think Sanchez is probably the only one. Yeah.
Galatasaray have scored, by the way, so it's 1-1.
Wow, 1-1. Fair enough. Did your watch ring?
Yep.
Yeah, I did hear it ping.
I was trying to see. Like,
Maybe I should take
it
it off,
us?
you know. Let me not.
I'm going to go to bed tonight and subconsciously hear it.
Let me take it off and be surprised.
Lons coming forward. They're executing those overlaps well, getting balls into the box.
yeah, all it takes is for us to give them a little bit more space in the box, and
Oh yeah.
they've got
They'll
a chance,
punish
really
us.
good chance. Yeah.
God, Gabriel's gone in there, man. That's brave.
Bobcat says Cazorla, but Cazorla was really injured around this time.
fair
but
play,
yeah.
man.
I just
Santi's-
liked him as a person.
Santi's one of my favourite
Yeah.
ever, man.
Yeah, Cazorla gets in this team. I agree.
Without a doubt.
The interesting one is the likes of like Aaron Ramsey, for example. Wilfried Zaha.
Imagine.
I loved his
Go on.
press conference quote.
Nice.
Here's Jesus. Into Odegaard. Go on, hit
That's it.
it.
Oh, please shoot. Oh, why don't he
that's
shoot
it.
in those positions, man?
Oh, hello, Trossard. That was unreal. Did you see that touch?
Nice touch.
People like Aaron Ramsey, I think
love
maybe had a
Odegaard,
shout.
man, but
Not
you've
that
got
I
to
didn't
shoot.
rate him as much as other people. but
Ramsey, don't know.
To be
I
honest,
thought he was overrated.
Cazorla gets in the 8.
Santi
But
Cazorla.
with no
Sanchez.
Cazorla, Ramsey also
See, I
gets
love
into the
this.
8.
We're just literally playing
Yes,
the
that
ball
is
around
nice.
them so comfortably,
Yeah, it's
being
good.
patient, taking our time when to literally attack into the box.
So there's been a few. I mean, not you can't see it now because it's very much Trossard left wing. But there's been 1 or 2 occasions where Trossard's come into midfield and it's been Havertz all the way out wide.
What was that?
They've just intercepted
This is not.
the ball there.
What was that?
He's rolled in, and they've equalised.
That's come from the
goal.
That's come from a
That
bad
came from
clearance.
That came from
David
the goal.
Raya.
Raya with bad
Lons
kicking.
have equalised.
It's just ridiculous. Great,
See, that
great
was 10
finish, by the way.
minutes. 10 minutes, we can't even keep a lead for 10 minutes.
That's the overconfidence that Ramsdale gets slated for, that Raya just showed there, because he just tried to
Unbelievable.
put a
goal.
bit of curl on
What
the
a finish.
pass. And
So what on earth has gone on here?
it was simple goalkeeper
Raya.
mistake.
Yeah, it was a goalkeeper.
So Ray gave the ball away trying to give it to Tomiyasu, I believe.
Yeah, but he just put too much pizzazz on it. All he had to do was float it over to him. He tried to curl it round, and
Yeah, Arteta doesn't look happy at all. Yeah, Ray.
There it is.
look, a bit of.
Really
And he
I mean,
comes up
what
so
is that there?
high.
Is there any
really
need for
poor
that?
decision.
They've done well. Look, that was.
I mean,
was-
that is class.
and that's a
to be
finish.
fair.
Gotta say. That is unbelievable.
Yeah.
That is a finish.
But also the hold up to chest and flick it into him like that.
Well, what's he doing to keep it there, man? Like, just keep it simple.
But also, because he
Try to
came
be
up so
clever.
high, he didn't give himself enough time to get back into a good position that he was just not even comfortable to attempt to save.
Yeah, I feel like either way, it's just a great finish. But
Yeah.
it's a poor pass because when you look at it, it never really looked like Tomiyasu was on there. So Arsenal need to settle and go again. So who scores do those ruin for Forever Arsenal? Ruins mine, ruins yours too.
Yeah, and mine.
So
Well.
Lead Judges has
Go on, straight away.
Yeah,
Go on,
2-1.
hit back straight
Declan
away.
Rice went to hit it, and you went 3.
I went 4-0.
4-0.
The
So yours
minute
is
we
ruined.
conceded, it's ruined.
You went with 3-0.
3-0.
So it's only you 2-1.
2-1 I went, yeah.
Fair enough. Well, quite frankly, take any win right now. Just Arsenal to get their foot on the ball because showing some nice stuff. Not Zinchenko. He's just got away with that.
Got away with that one, ain't we?
They're on us
Come
here.
back and keep it
Arsenal need to show some
simple, boys.
sharpness to their passing.
But it is unfortunate because it's a running theme where when we make a mistake, we get punished for it.
Yeah, you're spot on. Actually, Jay Federer J said the same thing. As always, it's us gifting goals. Shake my head. You're spot on. Another goal we've just given away.
It'll be interesting to see how he reacts to that error though from Raya, because I'm assuming that's exactly what you brought him in to prevent from Ramsdale. Those moments of which looks like, I don't know, overconfidence. You
Just
can't-
too comfortable, then you
Yeah.
get complacent, and that's how you make
Crap
errors.
decision making, yeah. Raya trying to go long to Havertz there. I've got a super chat from Abdullahi just asking about getting into things like journalism. Email us at info@aftv.co.uk. You are right, I did study sports journalism, so happy to sort of hand over any advice. I know you're asking about all that. Info@aftv.co.uk to get in touch and we'll get back to you. Let's go over to Frank because Lons have another effort. goal.
You can just tell they just want to bag a second, like while they're, they've got momentum.
Sticking it on us. Frank, what's going on?
Yeah, well, that came out of nowhere. We was definitely getting more into the game just before that goal. We're currently sat at 69% of the possession. And I want to pull something up. Obviously, one thing that we've praised him a lot for during his short time at the club so far, David Raya, is his distribution and the way he uses the ball at his feet. He's already given the ball away quite a lot today. He's already had 5 misplaced passes, so that's a bit concerning. With that one, I can sort of understand why he's done it, but in that situation, I feel like you kind of just have to lump it up the field. It is a risky pass, and it's a strange one for me, but we need to get another goal because it's not looking good at the moment.
No, and Talia made such a good point, like, another error punished. Like, why is it that these lots sort of just find, like, level 100 finishing whenever Arsenal make a mistake? We get punished for it, because that's not an easy chance. Like, Raya's made the mistake, but the defence have got back, they forced Wahi to set it up for the other guy. It's not an easy strike at goal. And he's absolutely nailed it. It's like the Pereira one where he miskicks it and it falls into the back of our net. Like, it does feel like every single time we make a mistake, bam, you're punished. And yeah, the answer is don't make mistakes, but wow, people do seem to be efficient against Arsenal. Oh, and Trossard's giving it away. And they're going long here, but Is that Declan Rice who dropped back?
Yeah.
Fair play, he's dropping into the defence a lot. Oh, that's nice. Trossard, Havertz, Zinchenko do well to come out the ball there. And Arsenal playing out the back.
I don't like that we haven't got a counter-attacking bone in our body.
Yeah, I agree.
I really don't like it. Like there's been
Go on, chase that down. Go on.
there's been multiple chances for us to 2-3 quick passes, break the lines, is 4-on-3. But we were adamant on finding a bit of space to play it back to reset, and it's getting quite frustrating in this first 30 minutes because the chances are there to break, and it's all right to break. I mean, even the greatest possession-based sides in football history, like a Barcelona or maybe in this league like a Man City, they have the capability to break fast too. We just seem very much, don't do it.
I mean, in order to have like a successful break, you need players running up with you, so you have options to pass to. And I just don't feel like
they're not. They more so reset into
it's
their
like if you need
positions.
to have a backup pass, I'm here.
Something's been given. Offside.
Yeah. 30 minutes have gone, just like that. Last time I had a sort of real look at the clock of 18 minutes, just flying by, but they managed to score in that time. Look, the usual discussion, Goonalee's on Twitter saying, Raya isn't the goalkeeper for him. People in the comments saying, Ramsdale didn't deserve to be dropped for this, blah, blah, blah. It was so inevitable the minute Raya made a mistake, it was going to be dragged up, wasn't
You're going to get that, man.
It's just like...
I don't think Arteta's going to change anything though. It's
Nice.
Is that Declan Rice?
Declan Rice.
Nice,
Unreal.
Declan.
Superb, man.
Unreal.
Why to Jesus?
Oh, why Saka
We've got so much
nice
space
ball.
now.
There's Tommy Asu overlapping.
I'll make Sanka this.
And he
Go,
gives it
Tommy.
to Tommy.
Go, Tommy. Find someone, though.
Oh, it wasn't a great cross, I'll be honest.
Awful.
Made a bit of a mess of that.
And now we
they're
need to
coming
get
the other way.
back.
Look how open we look.
Going on it.
Yeah, he's turned back into trouble. That's good. Well done, Arsenal.
Yeah, Dan's right. The moment and you're right. The moment Raya makes a mistake, whether it was today or in a few weeks or months, the conversation was always going to turn back to that.
Savarine says, James, didn't we just do the same thing? Punish their error with a great finish. Yeah, we did, but I mean, I'm not saying...
Which is true because we
did.
Yes, aside from that, we haven't really had a
No,
sniff.
done nothing.
No, to be honest, they've
Absolutely.
created more chances for themselves than we have. So if they were going to take advantage of an error, it's more likely.
I'm just saying ours is a weekly basis thing.
Yeah,
it's
it
a
happens
gamey
all the
basis.
time.
Yeah. As soon as we give it away, we're like, yeah, they're gonna score.
Yeah.
Oh, see,
I prefer not to speak.
He better speak.
If I speak, I'm in big trouble.
I think this is the chance now. You take him off, and you just don't risk anything getting worse.
What
It's
was
just like
it?
what?
James, what was the issue in the last game? What was it? Ankle?
They said
Calf?
he took a hard knock. Not
Yeah.
quite sure.
But where? Because I'm interested to know if
It
it's
looks
the
like
same
his
leg.
hamstring. Look. Oh.
I don't know what it is, but
So,
He's fine.
I'm sitting next to Mikel.
This has happened 30 minutes in. You've got to take him off. We've got players like Reece Nelson. We've got players like Eddie. Like, they're still good enough for this game. Like, why are we risking it?
that was a beautiful goal they scored.
Yeah. really
it
was, man.
Yeah.
That would probably be in goal of the competition.
What a finish. It's the build-up, it's the execution of it all.
It was perfect.
It's
We made a
fantastic.
mistake, the ball over the
Yeah.
top, the chest, the flick,
Yeah.
the finish.
It shows that they're capable of doing that, and they can do it again.
Yeah.
So, like,
They've been much more spirited than us, Lons. They've
Yeah.
been much... Well, here we go. I can look forward to this conversation. Hey, Bakai.
Just take him off,
Are you,
man.
Yeah,
you at least,
Vieira.
he's
He's
off
off.
15%? Yeah, all right, off you go.
But you know what?
He's going down the tunnel.
Listen, Arteta's done a lot of good things over the years, yeah? But he's done some, some strange things.
Dumb things.
And this whole Saka can't be rested or dropped or substituted at times thing, it's just strange because it will benefit you if you don't put him in the firing line week in, week out. Now look, listen, we was gassed about Rodri and De Bruyne being out of the game on Sunday.
now we've
If
lost.
Saka's out of it, that's our best or one of the best players gone.
Turkish, I'm pissed off. I'll tell you why I'm pissed off. That could well have been just a totally separate thing that might have happened anyway or whatever. We don't know. I hear all that. But everyone kept saying, what do you know? You're not a medic. You haven't done 8 years of fucking physio, fucking classes, whatever. What I do know is that you watch football, and I've never seen a manager play a young player as much as Mikel Arteta's played Bukayo Saka. I also know that he came off the Tottenham game injured, and he came off in the Bournemouth game injured. So, and I also know that he didn't train last week going into that Premier League game. So it doesn't take a genius to work out that if we're playing a team that are, 15th in the French league, that's not saying they should be disrespected, but it's an opportunity to maybe rest one or two players, and Bukayo Saka could and should have been one of them. Hell, even if you think he's got to play this because it's the Champions League and you've got to go with your best team, you take him off them and you go 3-0 up in the 55th minute against Bournemouth, and you take him off there, not when he's been clattered again, because guess what, he's one of the most foul players in the league. I don't I don't have a medical certificate. I haven't been to, Harvard Medical School. Or do they have a medical school at Harvard?
Yeah,
I don't know. Do they?
Probably.
Thank you. Well, I never went there, so.
You wouldn't know.
Come on, people.
Nice.
What a ball! Go score now.
Trossard, man. All game your touch has been dead.
Do you feel better now you've let that out?
Yeah, I do. Thank you, Tanya. I just can't stand the patronising. You don't know what the medical stuff. I know. Do you think I don't know that? Do you think I'm sitting there with Gary, what's his name, who's the head of the? By the way, he's left for Man United. With the head doctor at Arsenal. Of course I don't know, but I've never seen this. I've never seen a youngster played so much. We're talking 3 years straight, always in the team. Coming off injured, kicked to shit every game. Comes off 3 games in a row now, he's come off injured.
I've never seen so many players limp off continuously 3 times and then still be starting. And this was the one game to have not started him.
And if Vieira is your next up in that position, Vieira deserves another start this season, because Vieira's actually had a good season so far. So it's not like you're void of options.
Here we go. This is what I mean about the sarky nonsense that comes through. Thank you for your super chat, Dave, and for all supporting the channel. But Saka didn't play versus Brentford. Hope this helps. I get that. But look who did. They rotated the whole team. I'm talking a remotely important first team game. I'm not saying the Carabao Cup isn't important, but a game we'd expect the first 11 to go out. Is Arteta brave enough to take Saka out of the team? I'll tell you the other thing he's got wrong, not actually signing proper depth he trusts for that position. We've got him for a number 8 to play out on the right. Why? Because it's square, what is it? Round hole, square pegs.
Square pegs, round holes.
That one. you get my point.
It's true. If the window's slammed shut, he doesn't want to play anybody else out on the right. Sorry, we missed out and we didn't get enough strength in that position. Another thing, come on, man. Super Mick Arteta, sometimes he has stupid Mick Arteta in him. That is a stupid decision for me. Stupid decision playing Saka. We all queried it, we all questioned it. I hope he ain't out at the weekend, man, otherwise it's on the manager.
It will be catastrophic if he's out on the weekend. Can we beat City without him? Sure. But you telling me the one game they don't have De Bruyne and they don't have Rodri, that this was an opportunity to for once go in a game where actually we're the ones that have most of our first team. We're not playing at the Emirates without Partey like we did and Jorginho coming in, or like when we went without Saliba. This is a chance to go with most of our best players. Martinelli, Partey expected to be back. And look what happens. It's just
wide. Nice. Well done, Trossard. Come on.
And my hope for this game hasn't gone. I'm still hopeful for this game. Absolutely.
I mean, to sprinkle a little bit of Talia positivity in. I mean, he played 30 minutes and he got an assist, and he still came off limping but walking. So it could have been worse if he continued to play longer. Who knows? And just hopefully that he's okay for Sunday.
Hybrid Ultra says, bollocks, you play your best players in the Euro. You play your best players. This isn't Europa. Can't sit here in hindsight after the fact. If he rotates and we lose, you'll say threw away. Hybrid Ultra, with all due respect, you might have joined the stream late. I've been saying this, not in the starting 11 show, not in the days running up to this. I've been saying for a few games, I didn't want to play against Bournemouth. Yes, in hindsight, I appreciate you can all say these things, but we've been calling it before. And picking, do you think Pep Guardiola picks his best 11 every single game? He rotates. He has a 14-15 he trusts. He brings Foden in, he brings Foden out. He brings Grealish in, he brings Grealish out. Doku will get some game time, but Bernardo Silva will play sometimes on the right, sometimes in midfield. He manages players' game time. So at the end of the season, they are fit and raring to go. Name me one time Saka has ended the season. Let's just look at the last 2. He hasn't ended seasons strong enough. He's ended seasons in bad form. Now that could be down to a lot of things, but my guess is because he's been overused and overplayed in the run up to that. So these are opportunities to actually give him a rest. And it winds me up that for a third game in a row that he's played in and been involved in, he's come off injured. But I've got it out of my system. Life's good. Let's go beat Lons. Super chat from EJ says, what's Robbie having to say now? Saka's injured. Piers says 100% agree with James. They don't want to believe. They don't want to believe. 100% agree with James. They don't want you to believe your lying eyes. How many Wonder Kids have lost out on a long career due to injuries?
And also take the City match out of it completely. You know, we've still got months to go.
Exactly.
Yeah.
If this is happening 3 matches in a row, yeah, he might play on Sunday, he might not, but why are we trying to make it worse than it needs to be in matches that we can still win without him?
That's my biggest problem with it. It's that, come on, man, you gave Reece Nelson a new contract.
Mm-hmm.
You didn't sell certain players that you don't give minutes to when you can give minutes in order to reinvest those funds into someone you do trust to replace him now and again. That one's on Mikel. This is on Mikel, whether it's the decision to play him today or the decision not to bring in someone you trust enough to start in place of him. It's on you now, because it's been years of investment, and it's been, you know, another transfer window where, you know, it's 130 million net spend, but 200 million spent overall. We shouldn't be in game week 7 talking about Saka's fitness. In game week 7, there's no way we should be talking about Saka's fitness, but
yeah,
we're here.
Carl Smith says, these games are always frustrating. Arsenal's weakness is pressing teams, makes us look average. We need to play better against the press. Arsenal's weakness, so our weakness is teams that press
and
us.
they're pressing very, very high and very aggressively.
Oh, Dave Jordan. Rodri played 60 games last season. Pep rotates. Dave, you're talking about an experienced player. And when he came in, was he playing week in, week out? No, because they had Fernandinho there. You're talking about an experienced player who doesn't play an explosive brand of football. Saka is constantly sprinting, fouled, tackled. He's a winger. Rodri is a 6 in a team that has 75% possession every single game. And he's 25, 26 years old? He's expected to be able to do that. And they still have Calvin Phillips in case. We're talking about a young winger who gets far more fouled, plays in a far more fouled position, and there's no cover for him.
Dude, we are having a laugh today.
We're playing terribly.
The passing, the confidence playing out the back, like Lons are all over us.
Let's go over his mid-20s. Pep paid 50 mil for Rodri's backup and didn't rotate him. Dave, okay, if you don't see the point,
Do you think there's a
opinion.
conversation happening like between Saka and Arteta where Saka's literally saying like, I'm fine and I really want to play?
Yeah. Yeah, I think he does.
I don't think he knows his
Absolutely.
boundaries
I think he
either.
says he wants to play because I think, like I said before, he loves what he does and he wants to keep playing.
And I respect that, but if you, as a sportsman, you also have to know when is the right time to take the rest yourself. And I wonder what he's saying.
That is a fair point. Like, for everything I'm saying, everything I'm ranting about, right? There might, he knows his body. If he's saying, guys, I'm fit, I'm fine. You're right. But then
it is still the job of the manager to step in and say, like, you're clearly not. So
it's a decision between your own head and your own body. You know, your body can be like, yes, but you need. Yeah, you're right, Tambi. It's as a footballer, do you have to sit back, or an athlete sit back and say, okay, well, I now need to know when to say, okay, I need to take a break.
Let's go over to Frank. What were you thinking, Frank?
Yeah, I'm just going to step in here because it actually looks like James is about to turn into the Hulk talking about this. So I've got an interesting stat just to talk about the enormity of the player that we're talking about here. And people try to still tell me that he's not world class. Bukayo Saka is the first player to record 5+ goals and 5+ assists in all competitions this season for a team in Europe's Big 5 leagues. What a special player. And just on this, I've said it before and I'll say it again. I believe it's negligence from Mikel Arteta. And just on that point that was mentioned there about Bukayo Saka potentially being in his ear and saying that he's fine, that's not down to Bukayo. It's down to the manager to manage the situation, manage his team, and just make sure that we've got our best players available for the best games. I said it before the game. This now reminds me of potentially the situation that we had with William Saliba last season, where he was playing in a game that he didn't need to be playing in, and all of a sudden we're now in a situation where he might not be potentially available for one of our biggest games of the season. It is really negligent for me.
Super chat from Lenneth saying, when you're a great player, you're expected to play every game. How much rest did a young Messi and Ronaldo have?
I guess you're expected to play every game if you're at 100% health and fitness, but he's clearly not.
Yeah.
He's not.
Yeah, but Messi and Ronaldo came up in teams where they didn't come and they were the star in the first year or the second year. They came up with experienced players around them. Saka's been the star for the last 3 years at this club. There's a big difference. The weight of responsibility on his shoulders in comparison to Messi's when he first came up at Barcelona, when Ronaldinho was there. Yeah, or when Ronaldo was at United, when Roy Keane and them man were there. It's completely different to this. Saka's a young man that's helped carry this team for years now, and you know,
stupid decision.
Resting him.
See, the only thing is, in which I do get, is if he is somebody that wants to keep playing. How I see it is, you know, okay, I ran a half marathon last year, and this was 10 months after my knee surgery, and during training, my knees were starting to hurt, and yes, they were hurting, and yes, I was like, okay, I should probably stop running, but I didn't want to, and I kept running, and I kept running, and I kept training, so I get, you know, and I did end up having to stop running for 3 weeks. But my point is I know, you know, obviously not in a football way, but if you want to keep doing it, you want to keep going.
But what you want sometimes isn't what's best for you and your team. And I think that's Arteta's
job. And the example here, Talia, would be if you've got the marathon coming up and 4 days before you feel a little pain in your leg, do you go for a half marathon 4 days before the marathon when the marathon is the one you want to win?
No, don't be silly. You don't run that far just before.
You take it easy,
no,
innit?
So
this is the half marathon. That's what I'm saying. We need to take him out of half marathon to have him for the marathon.
No, I get both sides. I do.
Abdullah says, if it was an ankle injury, I would have agreed. Looks like it's hammy. Haaland plays every game, same age, best player. You're right about the last game, but let's not overreact. Hopefully it's just a precaution. And Reese Lee says, it's like watching England, no sting. It's all backwards. Look, led by me, you know, we've had a full-on rant about this whole thing, but Arsenal have just looked so far off it, as they might go. Chance for Jesus, he's just strikes gone well over the bar.
Is it Gabriel? No, it wasn't Gabriel.
I think Gabriel tried to get his head.
No, it wasn't him.
It was just Jesus, but yeah. Arsenal really lacked anything here, Turkish. What's going on?
If I say the fluidity word again, they'll be in the comments.
Well,
that's what it is. We have not been fluid this season, aside from the PSV game, even the Bournemouth game. We wasn't fluid. 2 of our goals came from penalties, and they were penalties given in non-goal scoring moments. The first one was, what was the first goal against Bournemouth?
Jesus headed onto the post.
Jesus, that was fortunate. It landed to Saka. Emile Smith-Rowe had a big chance, but this season we haven't created a lot of chances per game.
Do you think it's because we are such a strong defence at the moment that like we're almost relying on them to keep us in, and the attack aren't? You know.
James kind of alludes to that and says it's by design that we want to control games more. But listen, there's games you can look at this season and make an argument that is the case. But equally, there's games we can look at this season and argue what control.
Yeah. I need evidence though that it is by design, that it's part of the plan, because
I've had enough evidence in this one to say you're right. Remember the other day I said I don't agree with you yet?
Yeah.
In that first half at 1-0, there was 2 chances to break on them.
Yeah.
And instead of breaking, he passed it all the way back to reset.
Yeah.
That means you're right. It's by design that he wants to control games more.
Yeah.
Which is, in my opinion, a big risk going into the second season off the back of a title challenge.
But also evidence that it's by design, which goes against that, would be that when Arsenal do get pulled back to 1-1 and they need to up the ante, they actually can flick the switch and then start to cause more problems and be more fluid and make things happen. And we haven't seen that. We haven't seen Arsenal be able to elevate it. Listen, it's 1-1. It's not the end of the world. It's 45 minutes to go. But yeah, Talia, Arsenal, they just don't look. They don't look like they've got this game where they want it. I think Lons have caused them more trouble, even though they have not had a load of clear-cut chances, Lons at all. I just think we look really disrupted in our play.
Yeah, no, I agree. It's quite it feels like quite a slow game from Arsenal. There's just not much, you know.
It's very slow.
Exam going on here, so.
I agree. We've been incredibly slow. What do you think, Dan?
Yeah, it hasn't happened for us in the final third. I don't think we've looked uncomfortable or the worst team, if I'm honest. I don't think Lons have done much to make me think, wow, we ain't going to get 3 points here. But it don't look fluid. Turkish is right, you know, and I don't really know why why he gets so much stick for saying that. I just think that's facts. I think it's facts. Like, you're not fluid. So it doesn't mean we're rubbish. It just means
it's a sensitive fan base. Look how they rattled James after the Saka thing. It's because this fan base wants to protect everything, every decision, and every being, man, woman, dog. In this, everything there must be a positive spin on everything. But life in the world is not like that.
I'm looking at Twitter. Even the likes of Tim Stillman, Arsenal Vision, is sort of like poking fun at the fact that Saka's gone off injured in more of a like and there's people in the comments. How can we genuinely sit here as fans and claim to know better than all the Arsenal staff? And it's just like.
Yeah, not allowed to give any opinions because you don't know anything. Like, come on, man. Like,
but the same people will say, it's confidence affecting Havertz. How do you know? Because everything is a protection. It's there's people out here with like a knee-jerk reaction to everything Arsenal. It's protect. But the reality is we can have an opinion where it might not be deemed positive sometimes. Sometimes criticism can help change or learn and improve. A lot of the time you learn.
ADLs, man, I call them Arsenal defence lawyers. That's what they all are, man. They all defend. It's mad. Just say it how it is. If we're not playing well, not playing well. It's not fluid. It's not fluid.
It's not the end. Listen, even I'll say it does sound like it's very bleak right now. We're still in this to get 3 points. We don't know if Saka's out of Sunday yet. All I do know is Saka is not going to be 100% for Sunday. And like I said, game week 7, we should not be in a position where our best or if one of the best players are not in a peak position in terms of fitness going into our biggest game. It's disappointing, but it is what it is. It's not the end of the world. So.
We're going to go over to Frank for his halftime thoughts and analysis in a second. Super chat from Mayan, a Turkish, which will always be my favourite name from any account who always regularly contributes to AFTV.
You look at it, it's going to happen to everyone eventually.
Oh yeah, no, I know.
You've got your own one, Sky Sports James.
Yeah, well, yeah, I know. Yeah. I'll take that.
Wait, what do they call Turkish?
There's someone called Mayana Turkish who sends super chats.
So maybe that's the inner pessimism.
I very much just showed Mayana Turkish, if I'm honest.
I thought, shit, it's not me for once. AFTV Extra, there you go.
He says, this is just a precaution, as it's obvious Lens players are physical. Only judge Arteta if it's a serious one, so chill. Love for the love. That wasn't very in a Turkish of you. That was very...
Love the
love. Was very relaxed. The love for the love was. That was very Turkish. Afros Axon says Arteta made a very stupid decision there. It is not up to the boy. The medical stats and common sense should have informed him to arrest the boy's stupid decision, making the boy play. Konstantin says our season has been okay, but it's been another poor half. We moved the ball so slow. Another goal conceded from a stupid mistake. Worried for City. Mitch says, can we all just acknowledge Saka was forced off in the last 2 games before today as well? And one of you, I think it was you, Tavi, made that point. It's like he's been going off, injured before this. Abdul says hostile environment, no Champions League experience is showing. Loads of super chats. Thank you, everyone. Camille says, honestly, I'm quite confident we'll win this game, but Havertz and Saka should have started. Should have started? Do you mean shouldn't have started? Because they have. This was the perfect opportunity for Smith Rowe and Nelson to get a good 90 minutes under their belt. And then Arpan says, it seems the Champions League referees are more efficient and they let the game continue better than Premier League referees. Funnily enough, we've had nothing to complain about on the referee side, not even about an incorrect foul or yellow or anything like that. All right, over to Frank. We'll see you all in about 5-10 minutes.
Yes, people, welcome to the halftime show. Lens 1, Arsenal 1. Now, I don't think it's been that bad personally. It's not been fantastic, and I think tensions have definitely been heightened by this Bukayo Saka situation. Let's take a look at some of the stats. In terms of ball possession, we've seen 69% of the ball to Lens's 31%. In terms of expected goals, things are pretty even. We've seen a 0.25 XG to Lens is 0.24. In terms of shots, we've seen a total of 9 shots in total, 6 from Lens and 3 from the Arsenal. Shots on target were even, 2 each. Don't need to go into shots off target and stuff like that, but I just want to take a quick look at the goals. Both goals come from errors from the respective team. Now, if we look at the Gabriel Jesus one, I've got a clip here. I don't actually see the error, but I just want to praise Gabriel Jesus on the finish here. So I'm looking at it here. Bear with me just one moment, because they're playing it. This is a fairly long clip, but the ball is mispassed and Bukayo Saka plays it into Gabriel Jesus, who takes it on the outside and slots it straight into that bottom left corner. It's a superb finish from Gabriel Jesus. And if you look at the Thomason goal for Lens, It's poor from David Raya, and I don't want to be critical because this is arguably probably the first thing that he's done wrong in an Arsenal shirt. I know some people were quite critical of his performance in the North London derby. I wasn't one of those people. I don't think there's much he could have done about that first goal. But with this one, it's not good enough. And I want to pull up David Raya's individual stats here because, like I said, one of the big things that we praise him about is his ability to play the ball with his feet. It's not been fantastic in this game. Obviously, goalkeepers, they're not there to play the ball with their feet, but it certainly helps, especially in the modern game, if they are capable of using their feet. Let's just take a look at his pass accuracy. Only 67%. He's only completed 14 out of the 21 passes he has attempted, which is not great. Normally, he has a lot higher accuracy than this. And unfortunately, on this occasion, a misplaced pass, I've got it again here, has cost us. I need to give credit where credit is due for Long. I'm going to say it right, actually. It's a fantastic assist from Eli Wahi, who I'm actually getting the first look of today. They're saying something about a handball here. I've obviously not got the audio, but I can see it. The ball touches here. Now, the rule is that's his sleeve. It doesn't count as a handball, so there's not really much room for protest there, in my personal opinion. It's a fantastic assist from Eli Wahi and an even better finish from Adrian Thomason. I hope I pronounced that name right. So we cannot take nothing away from that Lens goal. In terms of our top performers, I think there's only one, and maybe not only one, but the big standout for me is absolutely Declan Rice. This man hasn't done anything wrong so far, apart from maybe misplaced 6 passes, but we'll just brush over that. 90% pass accuracy, 1 out of 1 long balls completed. Possession, to be fair, he lost the ball 7 times. I didn't actually know that. But in terms of the aerial duels run, he's won 2 out of his 3 attempts, and ground duels 4 out of 4. And obviously the other one I want to talk about is the Gabriel Jesus, Mr. Goal Scorer. I just want to try and pull up his record again in the Champions League if I can. What was it? I'll get it up in a moment for sure. But let's see what you guys are saying in the chat as well. Tomiyasu, he's been balling. Yes, Tomiyasu definitely has had a good game. I'm glad to see him starting. I was thinking it was going to be Ben White. I think James teased us a little bit with that in the starting 11. But it's good that Tomiyasu was starting. What I would have actually done here, and maybe in hindsight it might not have been a good idea because Tomiyasu's actually doing well on that right-hand side. I would have rested William Saliba for this game, brought Tomiyasu into the middle, and have had Cedric. I'm not as critical of Cedric as most people are. I think he's a very good squad player to have in the team, especially for games like this when our next match is Manchester City. So in terms of the lineup, it's a very strong lineup and very risky. I said this before the game, ahead of such a big game like Manchester City. Let's see what everyone else is saying in the chat. Super chat here from Abdullah Abu Hussein of Saka is out. How do you like it? If Saka is out, I'm assuming you mean. How do you line up versus City? I'd go similar to the Community Shield game. Back 4, Thomas, Rice, Ødegaard. Mid, Havertz leads. Oh, I don't know about Havertz leading. I'm not the biggest fan of Havertz in the 9. If Saka is out, I feel like it has to be Jesus, Nelson, and Trossard. Maybe have Trossard play on the left and Nelson play on the right. That's probably how I go in that game. But knowing the way Mikel likes to play at the moment, he didn't start Eddie in this game. It will probably be, he'll probably find a way to integrate Eddie into that front line, that's for sure. What is everyone else saying? Why is every goal we concede an error? I disagree with that statement. This is actually the first goal that we've conceded away from home this season. We've come such a long way from the dark days of just absolutely just spilling goals away from home. I just want to bring a little bit of positivity to the game. An interesting fact that probably I should have said before the game, but just worth knowing so everyone doesn't panic. Arsenal have lost just 1 of their 14 away games against French sides in all competitions, and that loss coming was the 3-1 loss to Rennes in the Europa League match in March 2019. So the odds are certainly in our favour to still pick up the win and the 3 points in this game. Obviously, it was a downer that Bukayo Saka comes off in this game, and I'm really hoping he's available for the Man City game. And I said a stat during the game, and I do think it's worth bringing up because I need to bring up this debate again because it's insane that people think otherwise. Bukayo Saka is the first player to record 5+ goals and 5+ assists in all competitions this season for a team in Europe's Big 5 leagues. When are we going to get to the point where everyone realizes, not even understands, realizes that Bukayo Saka is world class? there are no, I don't want to say no wingers. How do I put this? There's not many wingers in the world that are better than Bukayo Saka. That's the way I'd put it. I think realistically, you're only really looking at Vinicius Jr. You're only really looking at Mohamed Salah. And on current form, probably Heung-min Son. But the company that Bukayo Saka is in at the moment, I don't know how people can say that he's not of world-class level. Look at the stats that I'm reading out here. The first player to record 5+ goals and 5+ assists in all of Europe's big leagues is the star boy himself, Bukayo Saka. So let me know what you guys think of that one in the chat. Is Bukayo Saka world-class? Like I said, I think you guys would be insane to think otherwise. A super chat here from Vikram. Tomiyasu doing a great job as a sub for Ben White. Yes, absolutely. Tomiyasu's doing a superb job. And like I said, a player I expected to be starting today. I think I might have missed the super chat. Yeah, I did. Let's go back to that. Super chat from HW. Why is everyone saying Saka will miss City? Arteta would force that kid to start, even if he had his legs and hands amputated. I think you're being a bit extreme there. Look, it's such a hard one. Obviously, I'm hoping that Saka is fit and available for the Man City game. But even if it is a doubt, and this might be slightly controversial, if it is a doubt, I don't even know if I'd had him start that game. I really don't. As much as we might need him, I think in the long run, it's not worth the risk. What's everyone else saying? Saka out for 10 to 12 weeks. Where have you got that information? Because if that's true, then I'm going to cry. I'm actually going to cry if Saka is out for 10 to 12 weeks. I'm thinking, I'd imagine we're going to have to wait a little while for that confirmation. What I'll do while I'm here as well is let's get the scores up from the other Champions League games. Obviously, there was a big one from Manchester. Surprise, surprise again. UEFA Champions League, all at half-time now. Inter 0, Benfica 0, PSV 0, Sevilla 0, Copenhagen 0, Bayern Munich 0. That's a big one from Copenhagen, not to have conceded yet. Manchester United 1, Galatasaray 1, Napoli 1, Real Madrid 2, Lens 1, Arsenal 1, of course, and that is all of the games at the moment. The rest will be played tomorrow. So not many goals going around in the 8 o'clock kickoffs. Earlier, of course, we had Braga versus Union Berlin. I believe Union Berlin were 2-0 up in that game, and Braga came back to win 3-2. And in the other game, RB Salzburg 0, Real Sociedad 2. Let's see what everyone else is saying. I think we'd had another super chat here from Kyle Smith. Ramsdale dropped 4, long balls 0, mistakes, mistake 1. Not too sure how you're wording that there. Are you trying to say that Ramsdale's been dropped for not making any mistakes? If so, then this season, yes, but maybe because he hasn't had the game time that he arguably should have. Now, I don't want to be too negative. I really don't. But I feel like I need to call it out where it needs to be called out. I'm quick to give praise where praise is needed, so I'm going to be quick to give criticism where criticism needed as well. The way he's handled this whole Raya Ramsdale situation has not been good for me. Ramsdale, for the last few seasons, despite everyone thinking that it wasn't going to work out, Aaron Ramsdale has been one of the best goalkeepers in the world. And I'm sure at one point he was the most valuable goalkeeper in the world as well. I don't know if that is still the case, but certainly for a long period of time he was. One of the main reasons that we are in the Champions League at the moment in the first place is because of Aaron Ramsdale, okay? The fact that Aaron Ramsdale is still yet to play in the Champions League minutes, I think is criminal. Don't get me wrong, and this is no way criticising David Raya, because I think David Raya has been superb since coming in. But I think at the moment, if David Raya is going to be playing the league matches, then it absolutely has to be Aaron Ramsdale in these Champions League games. And absolutely, yes, it should be the Carabao Cup games. And absolutely, yes, it should be the FA Cup games as well. David Raya is going to be the league goalkeeper. He's going to see more minutes from that. So Ramsdale, for me, has to get a fair crack at the whip. And obviously, as a keeper myself, I really do feel sorry for him. And if I put myself in Aaron Ramsdale's boots, if it carries on, I'd be looking at a transfer away. And realistically, where is Ramsdale going to go from Arsenal? I know Chelsea are going to need a goalkeeper, and I really don't want to be selling to Chelsea, especially after some of the players they've given us over the years. Absolutely. We are into the second half now. I think we're just waiting for everyone else to get ready. So, really quickly, while everyone else is getting ready, let's see what everyone's full-time score predictions are. Obviously, it's 1-1 at the moment, but hopefully and I'm confident, I'm still on for my prediction that Arsenal can win this game 3-1. We're going to go back to everyone else now. They're back on the sofa. Let's head back.
And we're 29 seconds into the second half. Let's see if anything Arteta said at half time has woken them up a little bit. We need that. Anyone taking any physiotherapy courses in their last 10-15 minutes? Are they slightly qualified to talk and stuff? Or?
Don't start.
I thought you were being serious for a second.
Are you allowed to pipe up if you've had physio, or is it just courses?
Oh, yeah, that's a good
You can
one.
have physio,
Yeah, you've
but-
had physio.
I've had plenty of physio.
Yeah.
Sure, Talia has too.
Yeah.
You had
Yeah.
enough of that, yeah?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, I found out today. I didn't realise Tampy's also done ACL.
Really?
We've got two ACLs in
You
here.
both went to the same school. You both had ACLs. What's that?
Yeah,
Same
I
school.
know.
You actually know each other.
We went
What's
to the same
going
primary
on?
school.
What,
Same
around
primary
this, like,
school,
did you know
same
each other
ACL.
We're the same age.
This is mad,
Crazy.
you know. Mad.
How you? What, are you competitive or what?
Well, I used to play semi-pros. We didn't talk about this now, but
No. I'm talking about how you doing 2 ACLs netball. I was thinking, what?
yeah.
It must have been competitive, yeah. Why are they showing us the manager?
There is.
Both of them.
So speaking of the manager, and you just said about halftime, I always like to ask, especially when I'm even at the games, whoever I'm with, what do we think Mikel Arteta said at halftime?
Buck, are you fit to come back on?
Stop it.
I'd imagine that was probably question number one. And then when he said no, he probably said, not even for 10 more minutes? And then he probably said after that, let's Fogging go and get the win. Something.
You're not a fan of this, James, are you? You've been hurt by this, haven't you?
Well, I've been told at half time I went on a 13-minute rant, so I
would
wouldn't dare want to.
Was it counted?
Yeah, something like that.
Still going, to be honest.
Yeah, it's turned into 20.
It's still going, but
No, I promise not to mention it again.
I
So
think
how have we responded to Saka's injury? Here's Jesus.
that's the one.
nice.
There's Vieira, that's nice. Oh,
That's not nice. What was that?
substituted right winger there, giving the ball away.
Would anyone made a different sub when Saka come off? Vieira on the wing, is that better than Nelson
Maybe
Smith-Rowe?
like Nelson. Maybe.
That's good. Hey, that was good from Jesus.
Go on,
Come
Go
on,
Kai
Kai.
Havertz.
Come on, Kai.
Hit
Just
it.
have a dig.
Trossard cuts in.
Well played.
Scotty! Ah!
I don't know what's going on there.
Has he not
Trossard's
scored?
cut inside. Havertz has actually rolled it quite nicely into his feet.
Fluffed his lines.
Cut inside. Got the finish wrong, and then a deflection. He took it over the net, over the line.
I'm sorry, Trossard's got to score that, man.
He has. He's done everything right.
Havertz delays it just well enough.
Oh, come on.
Needed a little bit more conviction there.
To be honest, it's lack of match fitness, but he hasn't been sharp today, Trossard.
No, he hasn't been great today, actually.
Panny says, another huddle on the pitch. What a PR club we are.
What, at the start of
was
the second
What's
half?
that?
Should have scored.
Yeah, that was a big chance for Arsenal, and I guess that's a positive restart in the second half.
Yeah, I mean, if we can play the next 40 minutes like that, I'm sure we'll get a couple more goals, which is exactly what we want.
It all comes from Jesus working hard, dropping back to win the ball, and creating that transition moment for Arsenal where we actually ran at a fairly open Lons team. They haven't been open most of the game. They've been really difficult to play through. Are they playing a back five? I can't quite tell. It looks like
Yeah, you
Yeah.
could say that.
they're getting men back, that's for sure.
But their fullbacks are attacking though.
Jesus into, is that Declan Rice?
He's probably been our best player again.
Rice.
He played well first half.
He's just really impressed me this season, man. I knew he was good and the money and all that, but
Nice.
the pressure you have on you for that much money, he's just delivered, man. Been a big fan, big fan.
That was nice from Trossard.
Very nice from Trossard.
He's probably got the best feet in the team,
I was
hasn't
going
he?
to say, he's got really good
Him and
footwork.
Jesus. It has to be out of them two.
He just reminds me so much of some of the ex-Arsenal players, Trossard.
Okay.
Like Alexander Kleb. Remember how great his footwork was?
He
Even
was,
nowhere near as good. Even Santi, his footwork was outstanding.
He's
Do you know what I
nearer
mean?
to Santi for me in terms of like the way he dribbles with it. Santi was. Taleb was. He was really quick with the ball at his feet. He wasn't like a lightning fast player, but he could really like
get out tight spaces. Yeah. Taleb was. I liked Taleb.
I loved him. I'd love to see him in this team.
And we had Fabregas, Leb, Rosicky and Flamini, that four. That was a decent four, wasn't it? That just should have won the league that year, 2008. Really should have won the league.
Who's this on the ball? Is that Vieira? Vieira. Give it to Jesus. That is a heavy touch if ever I've seen one, but he's come away with it. Here's Saliba. And now Arsenal need to build.
What's happening
Look how high they press though.
going on
Look how much pressure they're putting us under when we're that far back.
Ray's an inverted goalkeeper. Nice ball into Ødegaard, and your touch has to be good there, and it is good.
Nice.
Well played.
Come on, let's go for this, man. Let's up the tempo a bit.
They've alternated a little bit.
Rice
now.
was wanted that for 5 days.
Yeah.
Come on, give it to him. Jeez.
And Trossard comes inside with it. A slightly better ball retention from Arsenal. They're looking, when they are pressed, they're looking after a bit better, a bit sharper. And Jesus has been popping out wide quite a few times. I wonder if that's going to be, quite deliberate, especially because now we've lost our pace out wide with Vieira. Look, there's Jesus, out right wide again.
So wide.
Puts into the box. Havertz and Vieira
Calm
are
that
waiting.
down.
Do you think he's just used to being out wide?
So who's up top?
Well, at the moment, Vieira seems to be filling that false nine role, doesn't he? Just there.
Oh, wait, Dad, revert this back. Why the hell was he up top and on the wing of Jesus? What's happening there?
I think it might just be where they've ended up on the pitch, like through passing and movement and pressing.
Surely now is when you change it.
I think they'll revert back, surely.
No, look, he's still there.
Yeah, but while they're pressing, I mean, I don't know. Listen, like,
Played.
that's really good.
That was actually very good.
He's so solid.
Saliba's so good, man. I'm turning to him, Zinchenko. Absolute donut there. Jesus.
And the ball into the box is
Oh my
by
God,
Reyes
catch that man.
and Havertz.
We need to clear this.
Oh, what's happening
Absolute
here?
carnage.
Absolute donkeys.
Never
Get
tell
on
you
with
what.
it.
That was the playing out the back equivalent of the VAR audio we just heard. Just absolutely.
Yeah, just on the pitch version.
Shambolic. And ultimately they didn't get away with it. Messy from Arsenal.
But it is errors
Zinchenko
like
does
that
that too
cost
much,
us
doesn't he?
goals,
Do you know
right?
what I mean? I like Zinchenko on the ball, but he does that so much, man. Gives away stupid, sloppy balls.
He's a risk taker.
He is, man. I don't like that. We're not a 1-1. Do that 4-0, innit?
Yeah.
Hasn't been a great start to the second half, to be honest.
No. 8 minutes in. And I'm laughing because we had that chance. And I want to hold on to it as like, look, 8 minutes in, we've had a big chance, but, you're right, it's sloppy again. Some moments where I just said we were retaining the ball nicely. And then that was just shambolic from like 3 players. Havertz heads out. That's good. Bump him up to a 9. Ball into the box. And Arsenal have dealt with
Nice.
Clear.
it. Now this would be interesting.
Now get your shape again, man.
It looks... See, Jesus is pressed back up top and Vieira's out on the right, but... I don't know, I wonder if they're going to alternate.
He can't be that... Oh, dear.
It's a goal kick. Ball into the box. Nothing comes of it.
He can't be serious. He was never going to leave Fabio Vieira up front, surely. That was just the way it was for that moment in time. I mean, that is bizarre.
Seems quite chaotic, this second half.
Do we know anything about the other game in our group? PSV
It was
Sevilla?
0-0 at half time.
Hopefully it's a draw. It remains a draw.
Frank, is
hopefully.
it still 0-0? PSV Sevilla?
Yep, so it's still 0-0 in our group, PSV and Sevilla. But interestingly enough, I've just had a goal update. Copenhagen are currently beating Bayern Munich.
Wow.
Ah.
Well, fair enough. My United fans will be happy about that. Still 1-1 United Galatasaray?
Yep, so 1-1 United Galatasaray. It was Højlund with the Manchester United goal, and of course Wilfried Zaha scoring against his former club.
Had
I
to be.
forgot he played for Man United.
Had to be, didn't it? Had to be.
That's how it happens.
Yeah. Do we have any
Oh, that's a touch.
Oh, well
former
played.
Lons players? No, as we found out, only Ren Adelaide from your amazing trivia.
The only one, James.
Yeah. My bad.
Have they got any former Arsenal players?
No, Ray and Adelaide's the only one to play for both.
Oh, okay.
Come on, Talia, listen, like, this is tragic.
I've done all this research for no reason, clearly.
It's some of the finest trivia you've ever heard. Here's Zinni on the ball. Arsenal trying to find a little bit of something here. I think there's more pace on the ball, but I mean, I'm really scraping for positives here.
I'm just scared to say anything positive because the minute we do, we get comfortable and then.
I mean, even that is our
That
fight.
was crap,
So
wasn't
that's Zinchenko again. I
Yeah.
mean, come on. What is happening here?
So I mean, you know, we're nearly at 60 minutes, and that's when I start to look at changes.
Yeah.
So who are the options? I mean, if you want to go more attacking at right back, Ben White could come on. That is really nice from Tomiyasu. Don't take him off. You've got Reece Nelson, you've got Smith Rowe, you've got Partey. I was chatting to our colleague Cass, who made a really good point. Could we see Partey come on just because we were losing the battle physically? You can go Rice, Partey.
Just get some
And
fresh legs
Odegaard.
on. Even bring Eddie on. I think. We're drawing. I feel like we need to create chances. I mean,
It went quiet. Nah, you know what? Let me say what happened there. You said Eddie. I'm watching the game. It went quiet, and I thought, is anyone watching me right now to get my reaction?
No, but I saw your head turn.
no, but the thing is, people don't see how much work he puts in off the ball, and I feel like he's been playing well. He has.
I know, but the amount of players we've got playing good off the ball, if we have any more, then I don't know if it's a football team anymore.
I think
Who was actually touching the ball?
A bunch
It's
of long
space
distance
created.
runners.
I just think that we need to score. We need to score another goal.
I think Reece Nelson should come on.
Yeah.
Oh, I tell you what, he nearly got. Well, they got away with that, but that was a risky pass. And Lons have actually ended up playing out really well here. Tomiyasu do not get done here.
He's got him.
Oh, well done, William.
He's recovered Tomiyasu. He's done well. And now they've overlapped the other way. Lons are coming forward. Ball into the
He's
box.
literally open.
Jesus heads out. Gosh, Jesus does work hard. I mean, fair play. getting
Trossard's
back
got to come off.
He's
I'd have
Trossard's
Trossard
having
off,
a
man.
bit
He
of a
hasn't.
shocker.
He hasn't looked fit for me tonight. He hasn't looked fit. Got 60 minutes. Get him off for Reece Nelson. If Reece Nelson don't come on in this game, he may as well leave Arsenal. He's never going to get a game, is
That's
he?
off.
This guy.
True.
That's gone.
Ever. Do you know what I'm saying?
That feels quite dramatic.
You think? Reece Nelson.
What if he doesn't come on? Then he may as well just go.
When's he ever going to play?
Yeah, if not
Gonzalo?
now, then
Ever.
when, right?
When is he ever going to get a game if he don't come on tonight?
He came on recently. He
Yeah, but-
scored recently.
No, yeah, but I'm saying we've got Trossard who don't look fit for me. Martinelli's still out. Surely we're going on Reece Nelson, no? No.
I think your point as to like with Saka injured, Martinelli injured, Trossard struggling, Arsenal needing a goal. You scored against Brentford. If now isn't the time for Arteta
There
to
we
trust
go.
him,
That's what
I
I'm
don't know
saying.
when it is.
Yeah, that's what I'm meaning. Like for me, it's
I
gotta
rather
be-
cynically think if I were Reece Nelson, I would be looking to leave in January. As much as I love this club and you want to play, make it work, you've got a career to think about. And I think he's shown more than enough where clubs would look at him and go, yeah, he can play. He can play regularly in the Premier League. Someone's surely going to want to take a chance. But let's see. Arsenal, even that ball from Raya was just sort of a hopeful punt up the pitch, wasn't it? And Lons are very comfortable here. Like, extremely comfortable. We're not doing anything.
United have made it 2-1 as well.
He scored.
Yeah, still to find out.
Fair enough. Did you hear the...
No, you turned your watch off.
Yeah, I told you, yeah.
See,
I
I
thought it
didn't
might
hear
have been putting others off here in the beeps.
No, I enjoyed it.
like the sound.
Oh, correction ruled out. 1-1.
super.
Oh,
We'll
offside.
take that.
Go on.
Oh, he's kept that on, surely.
Let's keep that on, ref.
Nah.
God.
No.
Arsenal are really, really lacking ideas. I'd say more so than in any other game I've seen.
And it'll worry though when this is our strongest team, really. He's out, to be fair.
Yeah, that is a bit of a worry.
We got the early goal and we thought, get another one, kill it off, bring the players off. Hasn't worked out like that.
Far from it.
Do you know what I mean?
It's get the goal, concede an equaliser, bring our best player off.
It's not look good, is it?
Oh man.
It's overcoached, man, I can't lie. We get into what seemed like a good position where 1-2 passes between the lines, we might, break well, and we just go back into the show instead of expressing ourselves a bit more. And I know people will say this whole control thing has come about because teams are going to set up low block against us a lot more after what we did last season. But look at our last 4 games and tell me who set up low block. Tottenham? No. Brentford? No. Bournemouth? No. Lons today? No. So where is our plan B to counter the fact they're not setting up low block? We keep on resetting when we have a chance to break, but we reset and they're onto us because they're pressing us. There's no low block here today. Where is the plan B? Where is the 2-3 quick passes to get into space and run at the defence? There's none of that, and there's been none of that all season.
I'd say Lons have been brilliant. They've been able to press us, but then when we do get nearer their goal, they get into really good shape. They've done just about everything you need a team to do. They've put cross into the box, they've caused us some problems, they've had the better chances in this game. It's a fair play to Lons, but it's really disappointing from an Arsenal perspective. Change I'd make is I'd get Havertz off, because another day totally ineffective for me.
Who's going to create space?
Um,
I'm tired of Havertz already. I'll be honest with you.
I'd get Vieira in the 8 and I'd get Reece Nelson out right, or Jesus right and Nketiah up top. But you've got to get something that resembles some pace and drive out wide.
Yeah.
Actually, scratch that. Trossard and Havertz off, and I get Nelson and Jesus
Smith
wide
Rowe.
with Eddie up top. Smith Rowe, you know
I like
Smith
that.
Rowe, yeah. This game is a bit too up and down. Like if we had locked the ball,
if it was comfortable,
about, yeah,
it'd
if
be
it was about
different.
probing and trying to find openings, I'd understand. Because it's a bit up and down. There's a lot of defending to do. There's a lot of getting back. But then,
Go on, Jesus.
Go on, Jesus.
Go on, Gabby.
have that.
Done
Jesus
so,
isn't
man.
looking as strong against the defenders today. He's been.
But I do
That
think
must
he's
have quite a few
working
occasions.
very hard, and at this point of the game, he's
I agree with
probably.
that.
I
Yeah.
think that was unlucky.
Eddie will come on, man, because Arteta loves him, doesn't he? So he'll definitely come on. It's just a matter of who else comes on with him.
I think the Partey suggestion is probably the best one.
Yeah.
Depends how fit he is.
Yeah.
He'll come on and get crocked for a weekend probably. Like, I mean, how fit is he? This is the problem.
He was in training this whole week though, and he was
Wow.
warming up, but like,
Let's hope
Before
he's
half-time.
fit.
yeah.
Good. Arsenal far from settled here. See what the comments are saying.
I think it's been
A lot of
far
people
from
call him
settled all
Smith Rowe.
season.
Yeah.
He needs to do something though, man.
Who else they want?
I feel like the way we're playing now is as if we're like 3-0 up, you know, just keep ball, keep possession, don't create any new chances, which is fine if we're in the lead. But if you're drawing at 60 minutes, you need to,
No urgency.
yeah.
You know, you're saying overcoached, Turkish. I think this team falls back into patterns when they're not playing well. Like, I think they just go, right, what are we instructed to do?
Oh, that was never
not
on
even
that
doing
ball.
No way.
That was ridiculous. Again,
Watch what he-
another mistake. Oh, get away.
High netting. Lons were through on goal. Down
Again,
right.
another
Gabriel gives the ball
ridiculous
away.
mistake.
And
lucky-
Gabriel's
we're
looking
lucky
at
they didn't
Havertz. Listen, Gabriel, that's you, my guy.
Yeah, I agree.
Don't look at Havertz. What are you actually doing?
I think you just made a really good point, which is when we start to lose focus or control, it's gone.
I think they go into this automated, like, where are we meant to be, what are we told to do, like, where are we meant to stand. The beauty of last season was Arsenal looked so fluid and natural and instinctive. This season, we've not been anywhere near that. We've been better in other areas. Gabriel
What's
gives
this,
the ball
man?
away again.
What's that?
Gabriel's just giving the ball away again. He's having a bit of a shock.
Sick of this, man. It's been a terrible half.
Yep.
Reece Nelson and Partey for me, man.
Yeah, I hear that. I think that's fair. Reece Nelson, Thomas Partey.
I'd take Trossard off for Nelson, and I'd take the German statue off for who would I go with? Smith Rowe. Sorry, Tally, I didn't like that, did you? Give me a nasty look.
No.
JA is trying to break my peace and calmness. He says, let's call a spade, James. You play your best 11 in the Champions League. No comment. I've more than commented on the matter. Can Odegaard win this back? He does. Rice on the ball.
Odegaard's been so deep today, man.
Yeah.
Rice has been playing very well.
Man of the match.
Yeah.
Yeah, man of the match again.
Let's let him get forward, man.
Shock.
Here's Odegaard. Rice. He's turned into our right back. Actually, it's very decent ball.
Yeah.
Corner.
See, at least he's trying to
Something
create
different.
chances. Yeah.
Is this one of our only? Well, we've had a few, but one of the only few corners that we've had this game.
Yeah, facts.
Tony poking fun at the Arsenal new chant. He says, "Waka waka, 60 million down the drain. Arsenal scammed again." Very good.
Go on, score from this now, Kai. Go on. Score from this.
Direct
please.
from the corner.
Hey, that's what he said when he took the penalty and he scored it. So
Yeah, there you go. See?
If you wish it hard enough, it will
Manifest
happen.
dreams
Yeah.
come true.
Come on, Kai Havertz, get your head on this. Just run in middle of the goal, forehead, bam, roof of the net.
He's gonna do it.
It's going to happen. Watch.
What a save!
Wasn't
Was that
quite.
Kai? It was Kai as well.
Was it? Was it Vieira?
I think it was it Kai or
Tomiyasu.
Vieira?
Tomiyasu.
Tomiyasu.
Tomiyasu. If that was Kai Havertz, I swear.
I'm gonna keep prodding you every time.
Wow. What a
Say it.
save, man. That's a ball.
great ball.
Odegaard. Oh. Nearly a nice ball, but ultimately they got it wrong again.
Sevilla have gone 1-0 up,
Okay.
and United have gone 2-1 up again.
Go on, have that
go
then.
on.
That's it, turn now.
Attack.
Odegaard goes wide to Jesus. Jesus coming out to the right a lot more. So this is definitely part of the plan. Here's Jesus. Taking them on, wins another corner. I always love when a player falls and looks up at the ref at the same time.
Yeah, just make sure.
Yeah. They know what they're doing.
Come on then, let's make something of
Party on
this.
for Tomiyasu, says Abdullah. Giuseppe says playing out the back of the tactic we need to drop. No, it's done a lot of good.
Oh,
Wow.
Oh,
That would have been a
That's a lucky
great
leg out.
yeah, man.
Great
This is
goal.
Yeah.
To be honest, you got to bury that. That's a really great chance.
He went straight to the keeper, didn't he?
That's
Didn't go
two
for
great
corners.
chances. We're not playing well. We've had two great chances. Really good. I mean, Trossard and Tomiyasu, you give them that 10 times each. I think they score 5, 6, 7 of them. Right. Another ball into the box. What can we do? I said Kai Havertz going to get... No, he's made it onto the near post. I'm not convinced now. Gabriel does get his head on it. Well, one enough. Power on the ball. All real direction. Comfortable for Samba and goal. At least the deliveries into the box have been a little bit better.
Yeah, looks
But,
a little bit more promising.
Like I
but-
said, we're scraping here. Come on, don't let the third kit be that kit. And you know what I mean by that kit. You know exactly what I mean. What are the match stats, Frank?
Yeah, so in terms of the ball possession, once again, we've seen a lot more of the ball. We've got 65% possession. The problem that we've got is it's not the time we've got on the ball, it's what we're doing when we have it. That's the issue. Manchester United has gone 2-1 up as well. We're just being very wasteful. In terms of our shots, we've had a total of only 6 shots in this game, 5 of which have been on target. But we've just seen a fantastic save again there. We need to be putting some of these away. And what's concerning is this is nearly a full-strength squad against, what are they in the French league? 15th in the league? And we're struggling a little bit. So it's getting slightly concerning.
Agreed. So you're 1 up away from PSV. That's really good result if they hold on to that Sevilla.
Oh, what's
They're
this?
coming
no.
through Lons. And they're 2-1 up, Lons. Wahid
We just
scored.
make it look so easy for
And
them.
Lons are 2-1 up against Arsenal. Ball into the box. A really good half volley from the striker that Arsenal were looking at in the summer. And we're 2-1 down. And listen, you know, you play like that. You leave yourself in a position. Lons are 2-1 up with 20 plus minutes to go.
Lons have played well. Like, they have looked
Yeah.
like they wanted to win a lot more than we have. They've come with a lot more aggression, passion. Obviously, they've got the home fans. But I don't know what we're doing. Like, our defence there just...
Miles says Kudus was looking available. We didn't sign him looking like a Kudus game right now. Literally anyone who is a somewhat like for Bukayo Saka would have been important for us. Now we've got a supposed number 8 out on the right. Jesus is our number 9, having to go out to the right. All to make amends for the fact that we didn't sign a proper replacement for Bukayo Saka.
It was a great goal, though.
2-1 Lons.
Yeah, both their goals have been
One
fantastic.
touch, straight to the corner.
To think we were 1-0 up. It's a really good finish, but my word. And it you know what's weird? We played terribly, yeah, so I'm not saying we don't deserve to be 2-1 down, but the goal has come after what's been probably our best 5-minute spell of chances, where we've actually...
Well, we ain't taking them, James. That's the thing. We ain't taking these chances,
agree.
man. And
Emil Smith-Rowe.
Oh yeah, look.
Who's he come on for?
Imagine Havertz. Well,
Who's he? Oh my
and
God,
Nelson's
Raya.
on.
What's happening here?
Galatasaray have just equalised.
Listen, we're not fluid. That's the big problem. We're seeing Vieira on in the striking position. Then just before the goal, Vieira was on the
Nelson's
left.
on too.
Trossard off.
Like
Yep.
these men, Odegaard was on the right. This is what I mean by the over-coaching. Not everything needs to be inverted. Everyone's
White
inverted on this pitch. They're inverting doing something they shouldn't, apart from Declan Rice.
So Ben White's on for Tomiyasu, Nelson's on for Trossard, Smith-Rowe's on for Havertz. My question would be, was he planning on making these subs regardless of the goal? Because it's the 70th minute and we haven't looked anywhere near our best. It's taken a while for Arteta to get to this.
He never makes early subs though, does he ever?
He was getting a lot better at that this season. It was happening more frequently. But here we are, 2-1 down. Let's see if they can turn it around.
That penalty did Kai Havertz a lot of good, man. He had a blinder tonight. Jesus.
I was thinking, where are you going with this?
That guy, man.
Do you know what? There's only so long you can keep saying he needs confidence.
What?
Switching sides.
Yeah, I'm telling you, you'll be over this side and on.
What confidence booster. He's had a
Unreal. It's just no one wants to say anything. Like, oh, yeah, he's all right. Every time let's speak to Spanish, he's been all right. Every game, he's been all right.
It's weird. Like he's never done
single
anything
game.
that bad, but he's never really done anything good.
Yeah.
So I just don't know how I feel about him.
That's the thing. Everyone says he's done all right.
But if we're
8
spending that
games
much
in a row,
on him,
done all right.
you can't be just playing all right.
Man, I can't see any more all right performances from this guy. I'm done with it, man.
Apparently says Zinchenko, Tomi and Gabriel poor, the entire team 4 out of 10 so far. Where's the confidence? Very, very poor today. It's J-Boy David says Samba's an ex-Forest star from EFL to Champions League and we can't score. Exposed Saliba, not looking passive, defending, says Carl.
I think that meant because when they scored, he was right there but gave him so much space. So he just took a one touch.
Yeah, he didn't read it.
Yeah.
What's frustrating is this is one of our strongest teams. One of our weakest performances, one of our strongest 11s. Everyone looked at the team and went, "Whoa, this is a strong team."
Against a team who, albeit won the 2 games going into this.
I mean, but Lons have been good. Like, it's not like
Yeah,
they've
listen,
given an
they
average
have.
performance.
But they're always going to be decent, weren't they? It's the fact of our performances not being good enough, anywhere near good enough.
That's the thing. They've been, I think, the better team.
But it worries me if we go into Sunday playing like this.
We've been playing like this all
Absolutely no
season,
chance.
to be honest.
What was that?
What's going on here? Just keep it down, keep it simple.
Out of composure from any of them. Well, look, there's 20 minutes to go.
I still have faith. I think we've got 3 fresh legs on. There's still time.
Win that.
The problem is that Arsenal aren't even creating chances. Hell, they're not even keeping Lons pinned back.
Yeah.
This isn't even one of those where you're thinking, oh, but Lons are sort of on the ropes.
No, they're
and
still
having to hold
going,
on. They look so comfortable.
Yeah.
Is our manager allergic to putting Jesus up top or something? Because now Nelson's up top. What is happening here? Reece Nelson is playing number 9.
Why don't you have a word with him yourself?
Fucking, I'd love to. You wouldn't want me to. Trust me.
While on Declan Rice there, by the way, Declan Rice is the only one who seems to be giving us a presence and drive in midfield.
I think Tomi
Left that guy
Yasu
on his
as
arse.
well has played
Come on.
above average.
Defended okay, but offered nothing going forward. But yeah.
Yeah.
I guess defensively he's done his job.
Apart from the fact that he
before.
should have finished that chance.
Oh, look at this! Come on. Here's Reece Nelson.
Go on, Reece. He's back on the left now,
Look at
thankfully.
What's the assignment? Can you run past these 3 players, please, and create something?
Backwards.
These backwards passes are pissing me off, man. Someone take responsibility and turn, for fuck's sake.
Here's White. Comes back inside.
Go on, Smith-Rowe, lad. That's it. Now turn and go. Go on,
Smith-Rowe.
son. Make a name for yourself. Come on.
Got a feel for Smith-Rowe Nelson to a degree. It's like, oh, things are going wrong.
Yeah,
Yeah.
innit? Like,
Can't
let's
fix
bring
it.
them on when we're 2-1 down.
Sorry, it says Zinchenko's come off, not Tomiyasu. Tomiyasu's at left back, so fair play.
I think that's the right call. I don't think Zinchenko was having
Yeah,
a great
that's
game.
fine. Yeah, Zinchenko was giving it away.
Saliba on the ball to Tomiyasu. Lots of probing, but nothing really coming of it at all. I mean, look at
Move, man. Everyone's static.
So passive.
I want
Like,
to see a player take someone on and just say like, that was crap.
and now they're on the counter.
They nearly were. They should have been.
It's a wake up, man. This is getting silly.
We've got City next. Yikes. Arteta is related to Havertz, says Solomon. And then Salomonus. Suleiman and then Salomonus says, looks like Arteta goal this season is to accommodate Havertz in at all costs. Anyway.
He was crap tonight. Sorry. Rubbish. To be fair, no one's been outstanding though. I think Rice has been our best player.
He's been our best player, but that's also because everyone else has played
Poor.
But yeah.
It's just a scatty performance, unfortunately. And that's the thing,
Here's
that
Rice.
we have.
Even he's like
Where's
where is
everyone?
everyone? Who do I
I'm running
pass
away
to?
from him. What's
No one wants
happening?
the ball.
Unbelievable, isn't
You
it?
can't be standing behind your players
The
expecting the ball.
movement
You're not going to
is
get it.
absolutely horrendous.
Has Odegaard been playing a double pivot tonight or something? I ain't seen him up the top at all. He's just been standing next to Rice.
No, you know what? You're right. It is Rice. Go on, show us.
Go on then, Jesus. Go on then, Jesus. Go on then,
Gabby.
Jesus.
Ref is pulling.
At least he asked a question there. Both Rice and Jesus.
Calm it
Come
down,
on.
calm it down. That's it.
It's Saliba, wide to Gabriel. That was nearly poor from Saliba as well, but got away with it. Here's Rice, back to Gabriel. I bet no one's seen more of the ball than our centre-backs. Either through all the defending they've had to do, or just all the passing out the back, because the options aren't good enough. Here's Rice, back to Saliba. Come on, have you got something? Oh my word. Well done, Declan Rice. Kept that alive. Interesting he hasn't gone for Nketiah. Very interesting. Is Rice.
It's just killing me, you know. These men,
It
there's
is a
no
hard watch,
urgency.
I'm not gonna
like,
lie.
It's just everyone's playing the safe pass.
Oh, this is...
Saliba's had a shocking
This is
last
shocking,
couple of
man.
minutes. Pierce says, Raya, one save. Where's the change of goalkeeper, Arteta? Yeah, I mean, anyway.
Was he want to sub a keeper on now or something? Was he saying he should start the next game?
No, I think Raya will still start on Sunday.
Oh,
Yeah,
touch.
of course he will. That was a
They've
touch.
give-
Ref,
He said,
that's-
"Put it on!"
Come on, ref, man, seriously.
Ref, did he not catch him?
Wow.
Right, give me the audio. Well, everyone, it's a waiting game.
Waiting for what? That's
They're
the
almost
question.
just like waiting for one last chance, but why not create like 4, 5, 6, you know?
What you mean, just like pepper their goal, just get shots in?
Yeah, like at this
it's a
point,
sloppy
What
touch
is that?
from
Come on,
Smith Rowe.
Emil.
It's like staying in that little quarter of the whole pitch.
Yeah.
London are happy, man.
yeah.
2-1 up, they're sitting back. We're not
Can't
really
lie,
troubled
Trossard
there.
is horrible to watch. Looks lost, says Clint. And Yankee says, Odegaard is an 8 and we signed a new number 10. Thoughts? Can't be worrying about signing players now. There's a lot of money been spent on this team. They need to figure it out.
There's a lot more to worry about.
Arteta needs to figure it out. I've never wanted Ivan Toney more.
Tony doesn't help this.
Do you not think?
This is tactical, man.
I think he does. It just.
I don't think he does. What?
He-
This is purely tactical.
I think he allows you to just punt it long and win second balls. At the moment, I think we're
Like,
trying to play.
That's
through
supposed
it.
to
and we're
control
not even
that.
doing that. That's the
What
thing.
is this? What is this?
If you're going to do the bare minimum, at least do the bare minimum correctly.
So what would you say the thing that we are missing is tonight,
2 more goals.
apart from the goals?
I think it's the same thing we've been missing all season. That's why I say it's tactical.
Don't say Saka. Gabby says Saka. Yeah. Odegaard off.
Eddie
for-
coming off with
Nketiah.
that. Eddie.
There we go.
Don't have a problem with that. First 20 minutes, Odegaard looked sharp.
Eddie's going to score.
We're holding back a yawn. That's how boring Arsenal have been. I'll tell you what, the Lons fans are having a great time there. I can't blame them. Need Lee to start a chant now, don't we?
I just can't understand what's happened tonight. This is a team that should be absolutely wiping the floor with Lons. I'm not being rude. This is a side that's going to go up against Man City at the weekend. You can't beat Lons.
I remember.
But I mean, a lot of our matches this season have been like, not to be disrespectful, but they've not been like really tough matches, but we haven't won them comfortably.
You're right.
I don't think like we're there yet. So Sunday's going to be very interesting.
Galatasaray leading 3-2.
Oh.
Lionel Smith Rowe. That's ref. Thank you.
Yeah, but that's the thing. You have a good point, Ambi. It's like it's been a lot of 1-0s.
Against teams we should be comfortably beating. I think the weekend was fine, but before that.
Yes, it's going a goal down. We haven't forced a single save out of the goalkeeper. Samba.
Oh my goodness.
Turkish is right, doesn't matter who we got on the pitch. We could have Mbappe, but Arteta would play him right back. This is Niles.
I feel, you know what?
That's a ball.
Go on.
It's a
Go on.
great ball.
Here's Reece Nelson. Look at how much he has to do though.
Go on,
I know
Reece.
he got it wrong, yeah. I know he did. But it's, here you go, here's the ball. Can you take on 3 men and try and make something happen? Back to the goalkeeper. Ball goes long.
That
What
was
a
Take it on that
wow.
was.
Touch, are you
What a
kidding
touch
me?
that was.
Saliba sweeps up well. Come on, Arsenal. We need a goal. We're losing. You're playing like we're 5-0 up, but we actually need to score. Ball goes out to Jesus on the right.
Oh, that's rubbish.
And Lons get away with it. But who's there to press on the second phase? No one.
I mean, we haven't really pressed at all.
No, we haven't.
This
You're
entire
right.
game.
You're absolutely spot on. Take a shot every time they pass it to one of our centre backs. Easy, God. We've actually got some work to do. Someone says we get to their box just to pass it back
Literally.
into midfield and lose the ball. No creativity. Not Arteta out, but he needs to get that second place finish out of his head. J Fed J says, when was the last time we passed it this poorly? Northern and Derby, probably.
It feels like the derby.
It does, yeah. The game feels a lot like the
It feels
Derby. We
exactly
never
like
went
the
behind
derby.
in that game. Here's Tomiyasu, Reece Nelson. Lots of
Every
backwards.
pass is backwards. Every
Yeah.
pass.
But just the way that it's like with the derby, we just weren't really sure what we were doing by the end of it.
Yeah.
It just feels the same here.
There's just no movement.
Turn and go forward,
like,
Vieira, yeah? That's it.
Here's Tomiyasu. Come on, drive into that. Never mind. So Reece Nelson just did something crap, right?
Fuck's sake.
I'm not even going to get onto him because
Oh,
the tactic is: here's the ball.
Do something
You
with
try and make something happen. Like, where's the support? Where's the underlap? Where's someone there for the
It's
1-2?
tough because he's come on obviously fresh, wanting that's his job, but everyone else is tired.
Oh, go on.
Come on.
Look, we've actually got him behind their defence. Go.
No, don't go to Eddie. No.
Zero confidence.
Goes wide to Saliba. Come on, let's lift
He's going to
it.
go back. That's it. Drive Declan Rice. Oh, unlucky.
Oh,
That's it. Go on, we still got it.
advantage.
Amazing. When you drive
I
with
need
the
to
ball,
see some people moving. Everyone's standing still, man. Just static.
Backwards.
Now we'll reset.
we'd all be drunk now if we listened to that guy's super chat.
Yeah. Drunk, we'd be passed out on sofas. The watch along would just be
In the space of 5 minutes.
5 people. Just
forward, please go
PSV
forward,
scored,
boys,
so it's
please.
1-1 over there.
I
I'll
beg
tell
you,
what,
go
that's,
forward.
That's good for
It's
us.
best for us if they draw.
Yeah, well, imagine that.
But
Anything can happen in these games.
who's Gabriel? If it all stays the same, Lons remain top. Let's go top even.
Fair play to Lons tonight, man. They've done us.
Yeah,
Done
I
a number
agree.
on us, mate.
They were the better team. I'm just really
Completely.
disappointed
100%.
in how we've played.
Yeah. Gabriel. Vieira. Back to Gabriel. And now Gabriel goes long to the back post.
Have that.
Jump on that, jump on that.
Eddie.
Of course.
Yes, Smith.
thank
Shoot.
you.
Have a dig. Oh, at least he did.
Yeah.
Unlucky.
Punched out by the keeper. So it's taken a mistake from them, some decent pressing and You know, speculative shot from
Another
distance
mistake from
must
them. Come on.
finally ask a question. Look at them. They've been so off it. The first 15 minutes, it's like they got that goal.
Sevilla have scored.
What on earth was
Now we're
that?
throwing it off for a goal kick. Nah, man, this is awful.
So there we go.
Absolutely disgraceful.
At least he done that. Done more than a lot of people on that
this
pitch.
Agreed.
Poor man.
It just I remember being in the Champions League, 7 years ago, and some of the teams we lose to away from home. I remember losing 2-1 at Porto. I remember losing, I think, at Olympiacos. I remember losing to. Do you know what I mean? We've got these kind of shitty 2-1 defeats away in the groups in us. But this is just.
But that was a completely different team.
I agree, and this one has shown. Well, it's challenged for the title, which, a lot of those teams didn't. Oh God.
He's not even read that. I mean, like, there's no telepathy there, was there?
No understanding. No. Also, this team is supposedly meant to be more resilient, especially on the road. I did a whole bloody, analysis on it. I'm like a knob now. There you go, Lons. Jesus, just fouling.
Just,
You just
come on, man.
Minutes tick down. Thanks
2-1
for that.
to, who's that?
Jesus.
2-1
Look at
to
that.
Seville.
I appreciate he's working hard, but come on. Let's play some
I
intelligence.
think that's just
What
lazy
was
at that point.
Playing like this, City will thump us this weekend, Henry. Yeah, Henry, look, Arsenal, just because they play like this tonight doesn't mean they're going to play like that on the weekend. But, yeah, in theory, lots of teams have joy against us. They're not doing well in their league this season.
Goodness.
There's nearly 3. Shot from distance, from a cutback. Arsenal look so off it. And how long's left? What, 4 minutes at a time maybe we're
I
approaching?
don't even think it'll be 4.
But we're
It's
not-
been
we're
very
not-
minimal stoppage.
We're not having shots, we're not having nothing. Smith Rowe's shot is the only moment of the game. Like this Arsenal team are playing like they're sort of quite happy to lose. Like,
It's like a
Sometimes
training
they
ground
do
match
that
should have
the whole
been.
game.
It's just like playing piggy in the middle, just passing it backwards, keep the ball. It's just awful.
Well done, Reece.
Stay on the fucking pitch though, mate. Twice.
Yeah, Nelson gives the ball away as well as he tries to run down the line. The Premier League's sort of got me used to thinking we're going to see 6, 7, 8 minutes at a
Yeah,
time.
you've still got a long way to go,
there's
but this
probably
is-
no, they're probably going to be 3 or 4.
I
Nothing's
think
happened.
about 3.
Nothing's happened. The referee will go. Honestly, I'd be amazed if he
90th
gives.
minute, done.
I'd be amazed if he gives more than 3, because like genuinely they've scored and nothing else
Has there
happened.
been 1 yellow this entire game?
Don't think so.
Yeah, I don't think so.
You're right, the Premier League, it's like.
That's no Frank.
We're all sitting into like 100 minutes now, usually.
Yeah.
The games are much longer now.
No
Long ball
bookings.
to Nelson, who nods it into Jesus.
Shoot.
Come on.
Oh,
Don't
dead
lose it
touch,
there,
Who
man.
actually does well to keep it to Vieira. Smith Rowe.
Nice
goes
ball.
wide to
Come on
Eddie.
in, make something of this.
Eddie pulls it to Nelson.
Gabby, no!
Oh my lord.
Oh, what has happened there?
That's the whole
No,
sofa.
that's alright, don't worry.
The goalkeeper's landed badly,
What is going on?
and Nelson's
Oh,
got in a
there's a fight.
scrap here with Jesus. Well, not with Jesus, but with Jesus and him. With the goalkeeper. They're not happy about something, the
I
Arsenal
think it's because
players.
the keeper went down and then they
Yeah, that's
continued.
game.
They
to
are
try-
furious about something here.
How have we not
And as you
scored?
mentioned it, a yellow
Oh,
card's
goodness, I was
coming
going to say
out.
that yellow card thing.
There's going to
An
be a few
extra
bookings
time.
here.
So what's going on here? Arsenal really had a chance there, and it was another save.
Still going though, by the looks of it.
Yeah, what's going on? So the referee now calling for a few. Is he calling for a few players?
Number
10, Smith Rowe, I think he wants.
Really? Or maybe that.
Yeah, maybe they're number 10. What's going on? Listen, whoever needs to go over, just go over. Get your yellow card and get on with it.
Both of them.
Jesus and...
Jesus and then
I'm
their
not sure who that
player.
was for Lons, but number 6.
What's happened
Abdul
though?
Samed. Alright.
Wonder what happened there.
Well, that was a chance for Arsenal to at least salvage a point.
It was a great chance. I wish we finished it. Does it say how many minutes actually?
Not yet.
Not yet. Arsenal finally created something, but good goalkeeping. I don't want to see that chance back. I don't know whether that was just a good save or whether
4
he should have
minutes.
buried it. I can't help but think he should have buried it. How much are they playing? Honestly, if it's more than 3.
I think you just have 4.
4 minutes.
4. Fair enough. Maybe got a little bit lucky there with that.
Yeah, their
I'm
goalie's
sure
been
he's-
annoyingly good.
Crazy, man.
Yeah, he's made some good saves, but
I don't think we've made it too difficult for him. A
I
lot of the
agree.
shots we've had, we've given it straight to him. They've
Saliba
not been
goes
in the
long.
corners.
Oh, it came from a long ball, didn't it? Nelson. Oh,
Fine,
Tomi,
sorry,
Ref, have you not given a free kick?
Yeah, thank
He has
you.
given
He
it.
has.
Oh my word.
Oh, where's Odegaard when you need him?
Is that Tomi Asu?
Yeah.
Played by him.
Free kick. They're talking to Arteta, shock.
Get Arteta on.
What do they say?
Oh.
Taxes. What are the things they say are guarantee?
I need.
Something.
Death, taxes,
Death, taxes, and
something else that you want to put
Mikel
in there.
Arteta getting a talking to on the touchline. Here's my third one. 91 minutes and
Come on.
27 seconds gone. Vieira.
He's not going to go for a goal here.
Can he put this into a dangerous
He'll
area?
beat
Can
this
an
in
Arsenal
one.
player get on the end of it? Arsenal need to salvage a point. Listen, I don't think a point away in the Champions League is the worst thing. We've been terrible, so just try and salvage something. Vieira into the box.
Yes.
There's plenty there. It's one of you!
Oh my God!
What on earth happened? Vieira's lifted into a really good area.
One of y'all.
So here's the
This is
cutback. It's blocked. It's blocked. I don't know if I can blame Nelson too much. They went off at Nelson because they felt he pushed the goalkeeper. There's not enough in. There's not a lot in there. And another 40 seconds have gone.
This has been dead, man. Let's be serious.
Yeah, we've been crap. And it's about to be our first defeat of the season. Lons. Goal kick from Samba.
It's just like from a
minute,
confidence
30
level as
seconds to
well. It's
go.
not what we want going into Sunday.
Now Gabriel has to do well here. He does. Gives it to Raya. Decision to start him tonight hasn't exactly worked out.
You
but
better think, mate, because you got some thinking to do this week.
Rice goes long. And it's
Oh, come
fallen
on.
to
Go,
Nelson.
Reece.
Oh,
But he's
God.
never really taken control of that. They try and clear it. There's still a minute to go for Arsenal. In the Lons half. What can they do here? Here's Vieira.
Turn.
Vieira goes wide to Tomiyasu. Back to Vieira. Get in the box, people.
Just go in there. Just go in the box.
Get it in.
Man.
Come back inside. Get in the
Going
box.
backwards.
Saliba. He
Sake.
needs help. Here's Rice.
Put it
Wide to
in.
Vieira. And it does go into the box. Ben White was
Corner
out
ball,
of
come
post
on
and
then.
they've won a
Come on then.
corner because the
Get
defender had to
Vieira.
get a touch on that. And he's telling his goalkeeper that he had to get something on it.
PSV have scored an equaliser.
Okay, well that's
2-2.
good. So PSV have got one
Best
back.
case for us. Play draw.
And they just had to put that out of play. White was lurking at the back post. They've got to make some of this corner. Yeah, no rush, people. I mean, bloody hell. Ball's been out of play 25
Love it,
seconds.
Raya.
Love that
Don't
he's
go
come on.
short. Do not go short. Just get this in the
Oh,
box.
damn.
Why are we going
Please.
short? Get in the box.
David, please.
What is that? Why are we going short here, please?
No,
You
no.
two, that's it. Get in
Reece
the
No,
box.
I think they're just
taking it.
trying to confuse the
I
defence.
think the outswing is not a terrible idea. Raya's gone in the box.
Get in there, man. What?
Ball is come in. Raya nearly got his helmet. It's falling to Smith Rowe. blocked.
Corner.
We get one more corner. Yeah, we get another corner out of it. They're defending valiantly, Lons. Another corner. Was that Raya who jumped with the crowd?
Oh.
Another ball's come into play. And every Arsenal player is in the box here. This is it, Nelson's got to be a
Raya,
good
look.
delivery. 94 minutes and 35 seconds. The ball is into the box. Keeper doesn't come. They try to get a head on it. And now they're going to blow the whistle, surely.
Get it in there.
Not yet. Oh,
Yes.
Oh, Jesus
Yes.
is in. Tuan. Jesus. Tuan is back.
Oh.
Do it again. And that is full time. Lons have beaten Arsenal 2-1. Our first defeat of the season. and our first defeat in the Champions League group stage. And I have to say, Arsenal absolutely deserve that. They were appalling today. After going 1-0 up, totally took their foot off the gas. Errors, poor defensively, no cohesion, no fluidity, couldn't go through the gears when they needed it. Lons rightly celebrate. This wasn't a smash and grab. They tactically outplayed us, outfought us as well. And yeah, the only thing about the group stage of the Champions League is it's a means to an end, which is to the knockout, and there's plenty of time to fix this and address it. But it's a really poor result and performance for Arsenal. Turkish, your thoughts?
It's not good enough, man. This is something that I've seen coming, but I hoped what I was seeing was just me being too pessimistic as usual. The lack of fluidity has been evident this season, and I'm sorry, but more control and being more defensively resolute is not an excuse, because there's an argument to be had that we're not more defensively resolute, James. Mm-hmm. We've conceded a lot of goals in the first 10, 11 games of the season in all competitions. We've conceded a lot.
Today was our worst defensive performance for me this season.
100%. We can talk bad about us defensively in this game and equally as bad offensively in this game. The only one in midfield that really wanted it was Rice, and that's it.
Yeah.
Like it's the second group game. We should still get through. But the fact of the matter is, this was our build up to Manchester City. We've played a strong side, and if this is how we're performing against Lons, then Rodri and De Bruyne missing from City ain't that big a deal. So I can't lie, I'm pissed off because this should have been a routine victory.
Yeah, Tanvi, thoughts?
I just feel like, you know, we didn't have any sense of urgency. I don't think we looked like we wanted to win. We weren't pressing, we weren't creating chances. There was just lack of movement. The whole game just felt passive from our side. I think Lons played well, and I'm a bit worried going into Sunday. Like, if we play like that, especially now Saka's come off limping again, yeah, I'm worried.
Let's be honest, yeah. Sorry, I know you want to go around, yeah, but you know, you just said if we play like that. Everyone here, tell me one game this season where you think if Arsenal play like they did in this game, we will beat City on Sunday. Name me one game.
I would really struggle to give you an answer to
Anyone
that.
here? Name me one game. PSV, yeah.
I'll give you my honest.
That's the only one.
I get the point you're making. I think my honest and only answer to that question is Everton away.
But there's no way we do to City what we done to Everton. So we can't do that. We can't.
Agreed. I just felt that what I'm trying to say is that was the only game. I mean, yeah, Bournemouth, but like that was the game where I thought this is a real test and we came through it very comfortably. But that's the only, yeah, but I get your point. There's no other game where we've looked like we can maybe go kind of punch for punch and actually necessarily come out on top, because we don't have the goals enough.
Yeah, offensively you'd say PSV, and in terms of control you'd say Everton. But in reality, PSV and Everton are not City. So
Camille's got a question for you in the super chats. He's just asking how much time would you give Arteta Turkish? It's directed at you. He says he goes on to say he's definitely improved us. Back to good, fun football, but one trophy in 4.5 years is kind of worrying.
This season is big. This season is massive for him.
Yeah.
Because I can understand missing out to Manchester City for the Premier League title. I can completely understand that even this season, if it happens. What I can't understand is not remaining competitive off the back of last season, not building on that competitiveness. I wanted to concede less goals and get more points in the Premier League. This is not a Premier League game, but even in the first 7 in the Premier League, we've dropped points to 2 teams at the Emirates that we beat last season. So we need to turn around fixtures that we lost and drew last season into wins to even catch up to the points total we had.
Yeah.
So Arteta, listen, that Havertz signing is crazy. And it's going to get crazier to me every single game that I see him play, because as much as, look, Tanvi, I do hope he does it for us. But God knows where you're finding that, where I can find this hope from, because I can't see it anywhere. I can't lie, that was a big decision to upgrade on Xhaka with Havertz. Fuck you know, we've gone backwards.
Sky Lancer says, I'm sorry, but no one ever passes to Fabio Vieira, who's the only one of the only players willing to pass forward along with Rice. Vivav says, we've been poor today, lacking confidence and intensity, only silver lining, good hard game, and hopefully this loss gets the team fired up for the weekend. Yeah, we're going to have to start talking in positives like that. J Federer J says, we were bad in the games before City last year too.
We lost.
You mentioned this point, didn't you, Turkish? That we didn't do well in the run into the City games.
Yeah, true. Yeah, last season we lost both of them.
Tommy says, Havertz does not start any game until he changes his slow energy, piss poor attitude. The whole team was poor and the tactics were weak. Mahmoud says, Arsenal FC, absolutely disgraceful. No Champions League pedigree. On that no Champions League pedigree thing, Arteta and Arsenal have a European blind spot, which is this ability to go away from home and repeat performances you'd expect to see at the Emirates. Even when we won 2-1 in Zurich last year, hardly entertaining, was it? And I'm trying to think of other games. Who else did we have in our group? The 1-0 win at Bodo Glimt when we were lucky to come through that. And then we lost 2-0 at PSV. It's absolutely a problem. Sporting Lisbon away, there was nothing special about that. Real Madrid Arsenal says, Arteta out, signing Havertz must be investigated. There's loads of super chats. Very simple one here from PT, just says, absolute dog shit. Straight to the point. Kehugu says, everything is wrong about this team, deserve it. Look, bad day, bad performance. If you ask me one game of all the ones we've had where I'd have wanted this, it's a Champions League group stage game, because there's a lot of opportunity to change it and do something about it, but it's got to be a kick up their arse, because the thing for me that was so bad about today was I get irritated when we're massive Arsenal fans. We give anything to be on that pitch, and I know they're trying, but they don't look like they are. And you enter in the last 20 minutes of the game, passive, slow, get crosses into the box, ask questions, do something, at least make them. When did our best chance come? When we just launched it forward and won a second ball. And there wasn't enough of that from Arsenal today.
But Arteta does need to look at himself as well, though, because one Saka injury means you bring on a replacement, which means you shift Jesus out to this position and shift this person to this position. Why did you give Nelson a contract?
I agree.
Saka and Nelson are not like for like, but one thing they are alike in is they're direct in different ways. Yeah. So the least possible change you could have made there tactically is bringing on Nelson for Saka. Why is it that Saka gets injured and tactically it's algebra going on in his head to fucking fit everyone into different positions?
It's pathetic.
Like, this is what I mean by the overcoaching thing. Like you done so well to get us to where we got to last season, and again, people are going to say overreacting. I'm just vexed that we didn't win a game. It's been 10 minutes off of the result. Leave me to be vexed. Tomorrow, I'll be less vexed. Sunday, we beat City. Fuck what happened tonight. But the reality is, I've seen this coming because of the tactical tweaks that have been made this summer and into this season. And really and truly, do I expect it to turn around against City? No, I don't. To be honest, it's going to be all hands on deck against City, even without Rodri and De Bruyne. And then maybe people will understand that we're not closer to City after all.
See, I don't think you're overreacting, because I think you made a really good point, which is after last season and where we finished last season, we all kind of thought, yes, okay, we've got this, next season we're going to go flying into the season. And yeah, we're right at the beginning of the season. I know I've said that plenty, but it would be nicer to see more of where we finished last season happening already now. Because that's what we expected.
Yeah, and 7 games, 5 wins, 2 draws. That's good.
It's good.
But the performances are what's annoying me and frustrating me more. Because if it'd be 5 wins and 2 draws and we were playing fluid football, creating a lot of chances, then I'd understand it more. But now we've made such a tweak that has nullified us, in my opinion, in terms of attacking freedom, and also hasn't helped us defensively concede less goals. I don't understand what's happened here. Like I'm just baffed.
I
want the journalist in the press conference to ask him questions about tonight's game plan. For me, don't ask him, is the surname of the keeper going to start with an R? Ask him a proper question about what the hell was happening tonight's game plan. What was that? We went 1-0 up and then absolutely sat back. There was nothing in there. Every single pass was backwards. Oh man, it was awful tonight. We deserved to lose, man.
Yeah,
deserved
we did.
Yeah, I agree. Final thoughts from Frank. Frank, one of those nights.
I was so looking forward to covering my first game in the Champions League on the information station. And Arsenal have just drained me today. Not good enough. I want to give credit where credit's due. Lons played us out the park today. It's soul destroying because we don't lose as much as we used to, and it's not great. In terms of ball possession, we had 67% of the ball, but it doesn't matter how much possession you've got of the ball, it matters what you do with it. And unfortunately for us, Lens made the most of their opportunities. We haven't met the standards that we met last season, so far this season. And I think this needs to be the wake-up call. We need to go into another gear, especially ahead of this Man City game. We had a massive opportunity to go into the City game off the back of 2 positive results against a weakened Manchester City. And unfortunately, it's just not happened.
Look, even the best can lose games. Treble winners Man City lost 2 in a week last week. But Arsenal are trying to get to a level, they're trying to convince people, they're trying to convince us and fans, and we're all trying to believe that this is a team that can be competitive on all fronts. When I see us sort of desperately trying to get players into an 11 rather than rotate a little bit more, and then we lose our cohesion against Lens, even if we do go kind of full strength, you know, it raises questions, but it's not the end of the world. Arsenal have the perfect opportunity to bounce back on Sunday against Man City, and of course we will be covering that game here on AFTV. Do make sure you check out all the build-up stuff throughout the week, starting mainly from Thursday. We will be bringing lots of preview content to that really big game. I want to say a big thanks to Turkish, Tanvi, well done on a debut, fantastic on AFTV. Italia, second appearance on AFTV. Dan Potts, what's this, number 237? Yeah, well done. Well, you've got to have experience as well. Well done, Dan. And also any sort of channel shout out as well, Turkish channel, of course, the Big Six. Tanvi, do you have a YouTube channel? Social?
Yeah, it's just my name, everything, Tanvi.
There you go.
Find me.
There you go.
Everything Tanvi or just Tanvi?
No, it's just Tanvi.
That's Tanvi. Talia?
Just, I guess, Talia Lazarus, my name. Yeah.
On social media, there you go.
Yeah.
And of course, Football's 12th Man podcast. Go check it out, Dan's amazing channel. And of course, Frank doing amazing work as well. Everyone, fan cams will be coming out. Is what it is. We can move on from this quickly, but Arsenal, you've got the perfect opportunity on Sunday to make us, as Turk said, forget all about this. Let's hope they do. Catch you in a bit.